They still get hit, but they at least take half damage. It's still kind of Mervyn-y, but it's at least a little less.
I mean, with 8 skeletons around us, that's so much.
With 8 skeletons around us, if we could pass our saving throws automatically, it would probably be worth it. But
otherwise, it might just knock everybody down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hope it keeps working. There's no way to know if it will or not. Hi. What's going on? We're still on an airship, and the crew is getting attacked by skeletons, and we're just about to get into that because Reese is about to shoot a witch bolt.
That's right.
What is a witch bolt?
The holographic witch is fired towards the target.
Excellent.
Like, yeah!
I love it. I love it.
Is that like a fear effect? Holy crap!
It doesn't, but you never know.
What does it do?
It hits him because I rolled okay.
Yes. Well, what happens after that?
Oh, nice. Is there plus damage to? No. Okay. 11 lightning damage.
Good gravy. Nicely done.
That's right.
Gunter.
Eldritch energy courses through and shivers a bit. I need to place him somewhere in the initiative track, don't I?
Concentration, but as long as it's
concentrating,
I can do 1d12 every turn.
Oh yeah,
hell yeah.
That's that bullshit.
Yeah.
It's one of those spells that doesn't scale well. It's really awesome at first level. It makes you glad you're a sorcerer who can ditch it once you get to like 3rd level. It's like, oh, right, this doesn't scale at all.
Yeah. Dealing 2 damage sometimes. Great.
Arc.
Right now, it's correct.
I will. I wonder where I am actually.
You're probably in melee range of at least 1 skeleton.
Yes.
Okay. I will attempt to melee a skeleton.
Okay.
Or not. Does a 9 hit?
It doesn't.
9. Alright, great.
Swing and a skull.
Yep.
Maddie.
I assume Maddie is also in melee range with at least 1
Yes.
skeleton.
So I think, if I recall correctly, you guys were escorting the Baron down to the holds to imprison him. So you were probably taking the lead, sort of keeping this guy at blade point. So I think you're probably closer to the front of the pack here.
Alright, the front of the pack means closer to Gunter?
Yes.
Okay, and how many skeletons in melee? 1 or 2 at this point?
I'd say probably 3, but one of them is behind you.
Okay. In that case, you will focus on the ones in front of her and swing at one of those, or thrust at one of those. Fortunately, I don't think you can really use a rapier as a bludgeoning weapon in any conceivable realistic way, or am I wrong about that? I mean, you could do a with the
like a pommel smash, but yeah.
Pommel smash.
Yeah, but not rolling the kind of damage you would with your usual sword swing.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'd say maybe like a D4 or something like that.
I'll actually take that. Alright, she figures you can't really stab something that doesn't have any vital organs, so she just kind of tries to clock it across the head.
Okay. Ah, right, smites. Forgot about that.
16.
16 will hit.
Okay. And we'll do bludgeoning damage, but only with a D4. 5 bludgeoning damage. Okay. That's it.
Good deal. You open up a big old crack in its dome. Ix.
So when we established that skeletons swarm, is she actually like swarmed by skeletons? Like we sort of implied at the end of the last session, or was that?
Yes. You're
so. What's my sitch?
You're flanked on either side by skeletons, and you're in like a crowded stairwell. But I think that, given Ix, it's reasonable to think that you probably would have hung closer to the back.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So you've still got 2 skeletons in melee range.
Okay. Can I have a flashback?
Of course.
So a few days before the operation, Ix has gotten word that we're going to be dealing with potentially the blood of Bowl or whatever.
Yep.
Whatever the PC way of talking about them is. What is it?
Karnathi.
The Karnathians.
Yes.
And so
Vitality challenged.
One night she'll sneak into a church and try to steal some holy water. I assume, because I know they don't have services, right? But they presumably still have like basins and stuff, right? Like they don't. You can't pay money to get someone resurrected, but they still have like.
But they still have like ceremonies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yes, you could absolutely pilfer some.
So she'll like sneak in like pretending to be a homeless person who needs shelter. Really, she doesn't go to Lynn for that disguise. She just locks her ass in. And she'll just sort of like hang around for a few hours and like nap on pews and stuff and wait for people to be in different directions, and she'll pass by one of the holy water basins and try to snag some.
I think that's very reasonable. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Ooh. So accept that roll. 13.
Success. I think only one stress is necessary for that one. Good job. You definitely robbed a church.
No problem here.
You stole some water.
Not
so you're
not her
like-
first rodeo.
Yeah. Let's just hope that this is actually holy water and not some capitalism bullshit. Ix is gonna take her turn to douse herself in holy water.
Okay.
And then
No, she wants them fucking. She just doesn't want them to touch her. This is about survivability. Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Afraid of death. It's one of her character traits.
Got it. You're soaked.
Right. I'm drenched.
Yes.
Reese, I'm so wet. I yell across the
Stop
battlefield.
it.
just jumps off the ship.
Reese's concentration is broken.
Yes.
Yes.
Can I use cunning action to try to disengage?
Yes, you can.
There's no roll for
There's
that.
no roll
It
for
just works.
No, there isn't. You can
So
just.
I'll just try to because they're basically behind me, right? They flank the group. Is that correct?
They're all up in the
Okay.
mix.
I'll just try to move to the middle of the group so I have people around me.
Okay. Yeah, that's absolutely
I don't
reasonable.
remember if disengage is multi-target or not, though. That might be a thing, but I don't remember, and it's going to take a moment to look up, so we should...
Yeah,
probably
that's fine.
Okay.
I think you navigate to the center. Okay. So we got some Skelevoys. They are going to take some swings. Maddie and Farran, I think, are going to get 2 apiece. Everyone else will get 1.
Oh boy.
So I'll do Maddie's. 1 crits. The other one critically fumbles.
They cancel each other out.
I don't know that that's what happens.
Well, the fumble hits the other guy's crit.
Yeah.
It just,
I don't think that's what happens.
They
So
start sparring each other.
I think they kill Maddie.
I think
How about this? One skeleton reaches up, tears the arm off the other, and swings 2 swords.
yes. So this is very good. So I think the one with the big dented skull is really angry, and he's looking for his own sort of thing to pommel strike you with, and notices a good-looking femur, and is just. And the impact just sends this one, like, he's starting to pull back, but instead just, like, gets flung over one of the guardrails and tumbles over. So he's like another drop. But this one whacks you good in the dome with the bone, I guess. You take 10.0 damage.
Ooh.
Holy cow.
not again.
Farran, let's see if... That's a 19. What is your AC?
19.
I'm talking about for the other one.
Oh, 16.
Okay. Well, just the one hits. This one manages to screw you good for 5. And then we'll do some other friends. Reese, I think one had sort of like matrix dodged out of the way as this witch bolt comes through,
Yeah.
and is like sort of a little bit haughty, like, and then as someone else tries to swing and hit Ix, it manages to catch the back of this one's skull, and it likewise goes and falls over the railing. So you're short 2 skellies. They're not dead, but they're removed from this particular.
I mean, they're dead. But
general.
they're-
Yes.
Yeah, seriously, they're not doing any better.
They came back to life.
Squeaky El Lobo chimes in. Femur, I barely know her. Gunther casts a spell.
Oh, no.
I don't like that.
Well, I'm sorry.
You know what was cool is when I could use Mage Slayer to end their lives.
Yeah, man, I missed that campaign. I mean, I do.
I mean, it was real good.
Yeah,
But
it's
also,
such
I'm going to cast a spell, and it's going to go off.
Yeah.
Cheater.
Yeah,
That hasn't happened in 3 years.
it hasn't happened in a long time. Okay, so what happens is he reaches into his pouch, and he crushes a small idol, and he sort of lifts one hand in a dramatic gesture. And a couple of things happen. The 2 skeletons that had been like tumbling down towards the bottom deck slow and then continue to fall, but begin to fall this way. And everyone else starts to very slowly fall the other way too. And sure enough, the Baron and the other guards and the other skeletons are still whirling in combat, but you are moving as though gravity itself has been reversed.
This seems like a bad thing to run an airship.
Yeah.
Farran, it's your turn.
backwards and swing forwards.
Lynn's about to die.
Snake, turn the controller upside down.
Now, did we have grappling gear for when we went down the side of the ship?
Maddie did it without. I don't know. I don't remember
I think
how you
Ix
did it.
is the only one that specifically has it. I think that you have climbing gear.
Yeah.
I have a climber kit, yeah.
Yeah.
So did Ix.
I definitely have a rope.
Some people took disguise kits. Try and
So I was trying to figure out if it would be prudent to like actually just try and like take a rope, attach it to something, and try and just lash on to the like the stair.
a banister or something like that. Yeah, that's
So-
absolutely reasonable.
Are we below deck? Or
Yes.
Are we, okay.
Oh,
so
we're
so there's
below
a
deck.
ceiling.
We're not-
Yes. So
Okay.
the,
Never mind.
the,
I'm not worried if
the,
it's
well, the stair is open to the top deck, but you're a couple of floors down.
All right.
But you're also not like flying out at the speed as though like cabin pressure has ended.
Yeah.
The nature of the spell around you, for those of you that are familiar with Featherfall, seems to incorporate some of those elements just in a direction that is different than the one that you usually want to go in.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
And
So eventually we will be standing on the ceiling rather than like.
If you're lucky.
If I'm well.
If the spell doesn't abruptly end, as soon as you get to the ceiling.
and is,
Yeah.
is the ship moving such that we're starting to like get, or are we considered on the?
You're
platform?
still considered on the platform
So, alright.
until such time as you leave the gravity of the airship. Because
Just
of,
an animation.
because of how
Not
magic
the
works.
magic.
Yeah.
Gravity.
Farran, what are you doing?
In that case, I think we would leave the short sword stowed and start punching skeletons.
Okay,
Punch skeletons.
take it away.
Because, as it turns out, this bludgeon's pretty good. So I'm going to try and punch a skeleton. That's bad, as usual. So that's only a total of 11.
That hits!
Oh, wouldn't you know it?
The Skelebros
Skellies
are not.
very-
Yeah,
They're not slick.
all right. Well, that does a whole 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Or punch damage.
But as a result of punching, I get to punch an additional punch.
Oh, wow. 2 for 1 sale on punching.
That's good. That's like 23. So.
That's also hits.
Weirdly enough, that's a miss.
Wham, 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 wham. That will deal 5 points of punching. And because we are in what seems to be an emergency situation, I'll use the last key point to punch a skeleton 2 more times.
Yeah, do it.
Oh,
Can I borrow a d20?
sure. Go for it.
There we go.
Didn't really look the right size. I didn't really think Farran was the right size category for 100-hand slap, but it seems to be working out okay.
So that's a 20 and a 13?
Those both hit.
Or is that a 12? No, that's a... Yeah, it's a 13. Okay. So that's a... One of those is a 7, and the other is a 6. So just kind of floating up, just... all direction.
Well, sure enough, they all like...
Or maybe just spin kick. That probably makes way more sense.
Very good. So I think that turn was very good, and I don't want you to have to redo it. But everyone does get a saving throw as part of the spell that I did.
Oh.
So we could just wrap this in to your turn, depending on how it happens. Everyone give me a dex save.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
I'm hypothetically very fast.
I'm also hypothetical.
All right, give it to me in order, starting with Brandon.
That's a 14.
13. 6.
13.
12.
15.
Maddie grabs a hold of a banister and manages to secure her position. Everyone else continues to float
Bye.
in a direction.
And I was off by 1.
Lynn,
Lynn looks over. I'm guessing Gunter. Does he look alive? Like he's not a zombie. He's
yes.
not. Okay.
He looks alive. He's grabbing a banister himself.
Also, he is. It's possible for me to target a spell where it'll catch him but not others for a 20-foot radius. Because it sounds like nobody's in melee with him.
Yes.
Everyone's at melee with like this
Yeah,
front line
I think
of
that's
skellies. So I'm going to cast Sleep on him,
Okay.
which is 5d8, and that's the number of hit points where if his current hit points are below, he just plunks out.
Okay.
High rolls. Oh, heck yeah.
I like this.
That's 15, 25, and 7.
32.
32.
So if he has that many or fewer hit points, he falls asleep?
Yes.
Yep.
He does not fall asleep.
Ah, man. That was a really good roll on.
However,
5d8.
past the banister, Jorvar,
Who was that?
that's Reese's
my
brother,
brother.
Oh!
seems to be like twitching in his sleep as he just sort of soars past everyone.
Is he doing that little like puppy dream where his like leg starts going?
Brother.
Yeah, so like
Oh, please.
occasionally.
Yeah.
Push him off.
Well, that's unfortunate. I tried.
Yep. Sorry, Lynn.
Yeah. And that'll do it.
Reese, back to you. You're
Okay,
afloat.
so am I currently kind of out of danger path from skeletons since the other one's all over the banister? Although he's floating up. I guess.
Yes. That one's not yet like swimming towards you through the air, but you are like floating up towards the top deck about like 10, 15 feet a turn.
Okay, I'm just gonna trigger another charge of Witch Bolt.
Okay.
See if I can zap him a bit more.
Sounds
it's
good.
not even
Yeah, there's not even a hit roll, it's just automatic once you've established.
Nice, 10 damage.
Cool.
I have a question that I don't really want the answer to, but remember Nyarg, the giant skeleton? Is
Yes.
he present?
He is.
Oh, good.
Yep.
But he doesn't seem to be acting any more exceptionally than the others.
He's not fighting against you at this
Oh, okay.
moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's.
No, it was definitely the non-sentient skeletons
Got
that
it,
have
okay.
piled in.
And those were the only ones who went up to the top of the ship earlier, right?
No, you guys brought the emissaries.
No.
with
When
you.
when
they
they lost
patrolled
when the
up there?
when the guy lost control, it was the dumb ones that went up. Did the big one go too?
No.
No,
they were.
So there's the possibility that our not terrible Blood of Vol still has control of this one,
Well,
or that he's self-aware.
He's sentient.
He's
yeah.
sentient, and that hasn't been
The
arrested.
skeleton is in control of the skeleton.
What's the Baron and company doing?
floating,
Okay.
Oh.
trying to secure themselves before they fly away.
Yeah. We also disarmed them, notably. So
Yeah,
like,
they don't have any like. Well, you only brought. I'm pretty sure you only brought the Baron up to the top. The four. Did you guys bring the four changelings up to the?
One of them's in
One's in the
jail.
breakout.
One's still in jail.
The others.
The others were up there.
Yeah,
Okay,
They were
the
at
other-
the top.
We were
All right.
bringing them with us.
Then all of them are just free floating, trying to secure themselves so they don't fly away.
Yeah.
Ark, it's your turn.
Alright, swing again at Skelebro.
detect magic.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna hit this time. 21.
21 will hit.
Alright, then it is a 8. I'm using it two-handed. 10 damage. 10 bludgeons. Whack! And then I'll continue to float. Should I roll again to see if I secure myself? Or is that like an action?
I think that was just the initial save.
Oh,
Yeah.
just the initial.
Yeah, you can take a bonus action in order to secure yourself if you
Okay.
want.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh.
oops.
Maybe I'll use this.
I use my
stick to,
bonus
like,
action on more
Stick the
punches.
hook onto something. How's a natural 1
For what?
for securing myself?
You can just take one.
No, no.
Oh,
You just have it, yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
you've rolled a 1 now, so.
So,
I guess
so
I-
instead I
I-
use the stick and bump myself further away.
Ugh. Blinn, if you had a bonus action to spare, you can
I
absolutely.
did indeed.
You don't need to roll. You can just spend a bonus action
Oh,
to do it.
I'll spend a bonus action.
Could I do that too retroactively?
Yes. Yeah. Maddie.
Right, Maddie kind of shakes her head a little bit and touches where she was injured by the skeleton. And she pulls her hand away. The only blood is a little bit on her hand. The rest of it seems to have vanished entirely.
Witch!
It's a miracle.
Witch!
And she's still secure. Now she has a. Is there anyone nearby that she could help get secured, or is it not really
I'm
a?
spin kick.
Yeah, Farran's right there. you grab hold of Farran.
He actually, when he starts spin kicking, it makes him go higher.
That's okay. Or X. You can secure X.
He's doing it upside down. So it's
Oh yeah, so it's about that.
I'll secure Farran then.
Okay.
Wow, popularity contest.
I'm adjacent.
Yep.
Wait, oh no, you're adjacent.
No, you're
too,
both
'cause you
adjacent
disengaged.
at this
Oh,
point, yeah.
And have any of these skeletons actually been defeated by any of this damage flying around?
Most of the damage has been spread out, so no, unfortunately.
All right. Oh, that's
Most of them are looking pretty rough at this point, though.
That's good.
You know, 4 skeletons. Ix.
Okay, so everyone except for Maddie, Farran, and Gunther are floating, right? Including all the skeletons.
I think Lynn secured herself.
I'm
too.
secure.
All of the other party members have secured themselves.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Well, I mean,
Spin trade yourself.
You can secure yourself.
Farron's foot has been grabbed by Maddie.
Yeah. So what's my?
I can grab your foot and we can form a chain.
What's my line of sight to Gunther like?
So he is. So this stairway sort of crisscrosses its way as it goes down, and he is pulling himself along the railing, trying to get himself down. So he's got maybe like half cover at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay. I was going to say, he probably should have made a concentration check for Witch Bolt.
Oh,
If he's concentrated.
yeah, very good point.
It was 10 damage, which is DC 10. Should be pretty easy.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot his dumbass.
I approve of that plan.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna do my -5 to hit plus 10 damage on him.
Ooh.
By the way, I ignore half cover, so.
Wait, he doesn't have an ability?
Natural 20.
Goodbye, concentration. Nice
Wow,
knowing you.
Do I have any hope of success?
It depends on the actual roll. It's
Yeah.
not looking great, though.
Yeah.
I'll give you the DC once he gets the damage total.
I mean, luckily I didn't.
I worked so hard
I didn't
at
have,
He's gonna wish he went to sleep.
I didn't have sneak attack, so I don't get a ton of dice on this, but maybe I'll roll well.
I got kill him.
That's 10, and then my crossbow does an additional 4, so that's 14 damage.
Wait, what
And then look-
10, 24?
14. What?
It's
Yeah,
14.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's right, 24. Yeah,
24. So
yeah.
it's,
Okay,
a,
yeah.
it's a DC 12 concentration
But
check.
I'll-
It's actually not that much harder.
Yeah.
I forgot this isn't Dark Sun. We're not routine.
Ooh. Nailed it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Dark Sun, where we routinely were taking 40 or 50 damage. Those are some concentration checks.
Yeah.
So I'll just sort of squint between a couple of skeletons, and he's like, and then she'll grab like she's a little higher up by this point, so like some hanging tapestry or something to kind of haul herself against one of the walls.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's smart. Goddamn. Bam. Okay, it's his turn. Oh man, what's he gonna do? What is he gonna do?
Circle of death.
You already cast reverse gravity.
He did. As Rachel had speculated, most of his high-level stuff is good and gone. But
We're not gonna fight a 8th level sorcerer. It's a level 2 party.
listen,
Hey, we fought a witch with a 3rd level party in Dark Sun.
I'll cast Vanish Exome. Be that.
Where did I get all of these dirks?
sorry, I have to just double check to see which things require concentration or not.
Most of the fun stuff.
Most of the fun stuff, it turns out.
Unless you're a cleric.
Unless you're a cleric, which he's not. Maybe I'll rewrite him as a cleric.
Yeah, he's a cleric.
Yeah, clerics got all sorts of fun non-concentration stuff.
Yeah.
So he is actually just gonna double move. So he, obviously he can't like run at full speed, but he's just gonna hand over hand. He seems to be really intent on making his way down to the hold. What is the range on Witch Bolt?
30 feet.
Okay, he's definitely out of that.
Okay, so that breaks it.
I have to look, but it probably does.
And is he on a line?
It doesn't,
of
like-
sight as well, or?
Hook shot him back.
Oh no, it's not a tether or anything.
I always think of the beam from Metroid.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah, outside the range ends
It
it.
drops.
So he dropped.
Okay.
It dropped
Okay.
as soon as he got out of 30.
Okay. It's like
Got a
the
couple off at least.
like the cord to a vacuum. It just sort of like.
Yeah.
But yes, he's out of sight at this point. Skeleton time though. That's 2 hits on Art.
Woohoo!
And 1 hit on Ix.
Do they get disadvantage or anything since I'm soaked in holy water?
Something else is going to happen
Okay.
when that happens. Those are the only ones that are going to hit.
Oh, you should
Did any of the skeletons adjacent to Maddie attack someone other than Maddie?
Yes, the one attacking Ix did.
Then she immediately turns around and backhands it with her rapier.
Okay,
Got a 16 to hit.
that will absolutely hit.
And the damage is 7 bludgeoning.
That one shatters into dust before it gets a chance to interact
Is it
with
dust
your
all in
ability.
our eyes?
Oh, I breathe it in, I breathe it in, I breathe it in!
No, but it's floating, so now it's like a hazard. So
No!
maybe you can lose the enemies if you fly through that field or something like that. Ark, you managed to take 10 points of
Excellent.
bone rattling.
Excellent.
Farran, you are up.
All right. I believe,
Paladin has your foot.
Yeah. Can I I guess, kind of reach down and secure myself proper before I start?
You can do that. Still takes bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maddie, if he makes any significant effort to pull himself away, Maddie lets him go.
Okay.
And then I think I'll try and kick a skeleton.
Okay.
No more cool stuff though, and no bonus action.
I mean, kicking a skeleton is still pretty
Yeah,
rad.
if I got the opportunity, I'd be real psyched.
That's that minimum 11 again.
That will still hit.
That's that maximum 7 again.
Its head goes flying off.
I assume I'm actually holding on with my arms and just spin around and
Absolutely.
and actually try and kick a skeleton.
100%. Its head goes ping-ponging around up in the upper rafters, and the
You
rest
can
of
make
its
a score
body
out of
just
this.
Lynn.
I'm assuming, just for the sake of playing the game, Ark can be healed by a healing kit. Like he's not some magical unicorn that is immune to healing.
Warforged can be healed by normal spells in 5th edition.
But they take half healing, I think.
it's just normal healing.
It's probably just
Because they don't have any damage reduction
Yeah.
either. So
Yeah.
it feels like it's completely broken if they... So if I can...
Fine, yes, you could just heal him.
Okay, well, if I can use a med kit on
I'm
him.
not convinced they can die.
Can you use a
Because
med
he's
kit
probably
on him?
leaking some oil and stuff, and when Lynn was working in the hospital, there were Warforged workers in the city who do construction and stuff, and occasionally there'd be construction accidents. So she has experience patching them up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a med kit on
I thought you
our
were
very
gonna use duct tape.
dear
Remove his
friend
heart.
Ark.
Where is it?
Kalima, Kalima. And then you heal 4 more than you took.
Okay.
So,
Amazing.
11, healed for 11.
I
So.
played my healed animation.
I cannot do a med kit to you again until you short rest. So
Okay.
just remember.
I'll just-
What's your heal animation?
Yeah.
Dig it.
Well, that's not bad. They recorded it at different times.
I'm just putting duct tape X's all over him.
Oh, it's
Like,
like,
oh,
Yeah,
my
you pull off
God.
this noise. The
No!
one specifically designed to alert everyone in the arcade.
Oh, God.
the X-Men arcade machine is here, everybody.
Man, I wish there were healing items in that game, but there's not.
Yeah,
No.
bye.
Reese,
goodbye.
it's your turn.
To die.
Yes. I'll be taking those quarters. Reese, you're up.
Oh, I will.
So at this point, because the skeletons haven't taken pains to secure themselves, they have
Pretty far away.
they're a floor away from you guys at this point.
So we could ignore them. That we won't get opportunity attack trying to go past them, basically.
Basically.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll follow after Gunter
Okay.
and pull myself and see if I can. Just see how far I can get. Double move.
Yeah. Okay. I think for ease of translation, we'll call this difficult terrain. So you're basically able to move at half speed.
Do I get a 9 on him or no?
No, not yet. Arc.
Alright, well, now that I'm healed up, got a bunch of loose tape patches and stuff. I'll go ahead and
Bunch of
scramble
ointments.
down as well, I guess. I'll follow these, so I'll move as well.
Okay, Maddie.
Since Maddie has a climb speed, would it still be difficult terrain for her?
No.
Could she catch Gunter in 60 feet?
So you can get down to the hold, and we'll see what happens when you get to that point.
All right. How far is it to get to the point where she'd be able to see inside the hold then?
I think 40 feet would give you eyes on sort of the landing area. And
All
once you get to that point, you can see that there is a hatch that is closed, and there's no sign of Gunther.
Okay, so
He's turned himself into a hatch.
did it really look like he was moving fast enough to have gotten all the way to the hatch?
He
And
knows hatch magic.
He was pretty far away from the rest of the group. at
I
this
was
point.
ahead.
I mean, he was like another flight of stairs when you guys encountered each other.
And how far away is the hatch?
So it's maybe like another 10 feet down the rest of the flight, and then another 10 feet over to it.
So could just barely get to it.
Yeah.
With the remaining 20. All right. And is there a way it can be opened where Maddie is not directly beneath it, or something of that sort?
So I call it a hatch, but it's basically just a sealed door. It's a
Like a bulkhead?
it's a reinforced door, like kind of like the ones that you saw leading into the artificer's chamber.
Is there a whiny like doorknob?
You don't see one on
Steering wheel?
this one.
Okay.
You could open it and like swing it out open such that you're behind it, but you can't see what's inside.
Okay, she will open it while making sure she's not in front of it. Then.
Okay, swings open.
Okay. Well, that's it since I'm out of movement, I think.
Ix.
Unless I can peek around it.
Since Ix
It's
is
too
sort
big.
of locked onto a piece of tapestry or something against like the sort of wall side of the next stairwell.
Yeah.
She'll just start.
It's like a glamour picture of Jorovar.
I keep it.
It's really big.
So is he.
Just wrap it.
No, so she'll follow as well. She'll just start a move by trying to like kick off that wall.
Okay, that's
So she
reasonable.
can make some space before she has to start climbing.
Sure. I think.
Like
Give-
an acrobatic.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check on that.
Thank God. 19.
19. Okay. I think doing that, you're able to basically like reverse rappel your way up to the hull, where you can see that Maddie is cowering behind a massive
I
door.
wouldn't say cowering.
Is
Looks
huddled,
terrified.
shielded by this massive door, and inside you can see it's mostly dark, but you can see flickers of sort of green electrical energy.
And do I know this room? This isn't the artificer's chamber?
It's not, although it's similarly structured, but you haven't been in here yet.
Okay, I'll use my free action to speak.
Okay.
Shit! Alright.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Ooh,
That means something.
Take a point of
It's like the inverse of excellent.
yeah. Cool. Okay. The reverse gravity comes crashing down.
Oh.
So you two were like floating on that floor.
Climb speed with walls, though.
Yeah. So the two of you are fine,
Okay.
in that you were like sort of like positioned, and then you basically like slump this away. Everyone else is gonna fall a little bit though. So Ark and Reese had already started to make their way down. Lynn and Farran had not. So I'm gonna say you two are falling 20 feet, and then you two are falling
I thought I was
30
holding
feet.
on to.
Like the banisters and
Yeah.
following the
I thought it was
stairs.
Okay, no, this is a good point. Everyone give me a dex save that's not Ix or Maddie
He's
to see whether or not you fall as a result of the reverse gravity. The real gravity. Sorry, this is my first time reversing gravity in the party.
Oh, that's better.
16.
9.
17.
16.
Everyone but Lynn holds tight. You're about to fall. Do you have a reaction you'd like to use?
I scream.
How far am I about to fall? Like
30 feet.
Lynn was not positioning herself 30 feet above anything. She was secured. Like she made the earlier check to stay secured.
And then, like, the forces of gravity have, like, abruptly, like, shoved you in a different direction.
Yeah, but she didn't secure herself to like the ceiling. She secured herself to like a banister
I
or
think it's saying that
something.
you
Can-
like trip
can I-
yourself up when getting
Like if I'm
down.
falling down the stairs, that's one thing. But she wasn't like
Yeah, can I interject? What about tumbling down the stairs because you fall down?
like I'll.
I think that's
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
Lynn knows the spell's going to end, and so she's not going to be like, oh, I'm just gonna like secure myself to not go up higher than 30 feet above a hole. Like she's gonna.
Okay.
I guess I was envisioning that you guys were holding onto a banister.
Yeah, that's
With a
exactly what I was thinking.
There'd be a stairwell here and then a stairwell here, and you guys are holding.
But it's
onto
not
it.
zero gravity,
Right,
because you're
okay.
being pushed in
Yeah,
this
so
direction.
it's
So,
whether
you're
you-
not in complete control of your position.
I'm
that's all.
assuming that the save is whether you fall stair side or
No, that would make
open
sense.
side. So, but that's what I'm envisioning. I don't know
Sure.
if that's what you're trying to get across, but is that what I just said makes sense?
Yeah, it makes total sense to me, but
Okay, this wasn't what I was envisioning going.
no,
on
that's
at
fine.
all.
I certainly don't want
Like-
to put you in a position where you feel like you're getting cheated out of damage, but
Like falling down the stairs with 30 feet, like Lynn's not gonna Like, had I known I was 30 feet away from ground, Lynn would have been moving to get into a different position. That's not anywhere in
Sure, that's fair. You collapse to the stairs, and Ix, a firebolt flies out of the room towards you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it green?
It's not green, it's just fiery. What's your AC?
It is 14.
14 hits.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Please don't kill me.
I'm not. You take 9 points of damage, though.
Oh, that's still really close to that. All good here.
Dude, Ix likes fire too, right?
I don't know that that's the case. Lynn, it's your turn.
How much did you take?
Wait, did I?
9? Okay.
Have it?
No, excuse me. Farran,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
your turn.
Sorry, I didn't want to get in the way, but
Oh, yeah.
But
Okay.
it's time for you to get in the way.
So am I? I'm on like standing normally now.
You're prone on the stairs.
I couldn't like the save didn't help me get up at all, or help me. Could I
You
acrobatics that?
you can just bonus action up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how far does 40 feet get me?
You'll arrive at the bottom of the stairs.
All right. And can I see the where our suspect went?
You can see that there's an open door, and a fireball has just flown out of it.
And Ix is smoking.
But
So there are also hallways leading past where Ix has landed, but it's dark. This area is not as well lit as the rest of the ship.
You're just like,
Okay.
here it comes.
So I'm guessing the smart thing, and I've already used my bonus, is going to be to basically get up against the wall on the other side of the door, like take cover against it,
Sure.
and get ready to head in once we have a better idea of what we can see. And also I can use actions.
Okay.
But do I have time to like look around at all?
Like in that room or around here?
Oh, wait a minute. I actually have a better point to bring up.
Okay.
Before I, like, let me rewind that a second. Does having, oh my goodness.
Low light vision?
I've gone blind, but I haven't, oh, it's, yeah, 60 feet of dark vision help.
Yes. So the insides of this room, so you've been in the artificer's chamber. Everyone's been in the artificer's lab at this point. So you can see that inside this room is basically a much larger engine type contraption like the one that was in the center of the artificer's lab.
Mm-hmm.
This one, it seems to be surrounded by storm energy.
Right, yeah. But we don't see the, I can't see the person in there?
You can't, no.
So there's no visible source for the bolt.
Not at present.
All right.
You may conjecture that he may also be hiding away from the line of sight.
Yeah,
Bottleneck.
that seems likely.
What are you up to?
I was trying to remember what kind of action it is to shift.
Into a doggy form.
Yeah. Not, sorry, sadly not the Shiba Inu. But but what I do want to do is like shift to basically get advantage on like wisdom checks and saves to perhaps find a hidden person.
Yes, that seems reasonable.
Which I won't necessarily be able to make that check this turn, but well, actually it'd probably be smarter to make whatever. It's for we haven't used it yet. It's a fun mechanic.
Yeah. What does this look like?
Right.
An Animorph split cover?
Yes. Peanut butter.
So,
Oh no.
But no, this is where like you know
I
like
love
the
those
like the fur
books.
kind of creeps in like around particularly like around the sort of eyes and nose area and you know like vision becomes sharper as he's kind of looking around to try and determine where did this guy go.
Got it. Everything sharpens and then sharpens more.
Yeah. In particular, I don't know how aware we are that Ix got a really good shot earlier, but I'm curious if he was bleeding.
He was. He absolutely
Yeah.
was. And I think that as your more feral senses sort of set in, you can see that there is a blood trail that leads
The
in,
hunt is on.
hooks around the side.
Yeah, I'll be like, you know, like I think,
Eyes glowing.
Yeah, I think we can find it. Yeah.
Lynn.
So earlier, I was objecting to the 30-foot fall, but I don't mind taking damage and falling down the stairs.
Don't worry about it.
incredibly-
Let's
okay.
keep going.
Jump down the
Lynn's
stairs.
going to
Yeah.
charge down the stairs as fast as she can to catch up to everyone because she doesn't want to be left alone if those Skelebros are about to fall
Are you
too.
double moving?
If it takes a double move to catch up to like X.
Okay.
And then when she gets to X, she's going to see that she's injured, and then she's probably double moved so she can't heal right away, but she's going to be like ready.
You
to go.
arrive at Ix. She's inexplicably burnt and soaking wet.
Oh, the sprinklers here are really efficient. They must put out the fire already. No smoking.
But yeah, you found the one spot on the ship where the sprinklers worked. Reese!
So where did I move to before? Because I double moved, but floating down the stairs to try after.
So you're about like
Like
10
the
feet,
doorway.
10 feet down from where you're at. So you could get down there and then like head into that room or
I would
something
like
like
to
that.
head into the room. Would I take double move?
No.
Okay.
So if you use your full 30-foot move, you'll arrive like right inside that room.
Okay. I'll do that. Can I see him?
Yeah, well, no, you can't see him. You can see the engine. This is the...
I broke the engine.
What?
That was kidding. No,
Yes,
can't
Lobos was the murderer the whole time. You solved my mystery.
There were 3 bad guys. Oh my god.
There were 6 bad guys.
No.
They're all in my
Triple
house.
Okay.
So this is the primary engine room. This is where the core storm elemental engine is. And it seems to be working correctly, but it's dark. It's preternaturally dark in here, actually. You can't quite see around and you don't see any sign of Gunter.
Okay. I would like to, if it's pretty symmetrical to the previous room,
Yes.
move to where like the console was. I don't.
So the
sort of like primary console.
in the artificer's lab, the engine sort of console was more the size of this table. This thing is more like the size of my house. So like there's a console that's this size set in the side of it that you can relatively see just based on the layout of the room. And you can move up to that, no problem.
Okay. Yeah, he's just gonna try and like protect it with his body for now until
Okay.
he knows more.
Like just sort of...
Yeah, well,
It's like skinny, like all the exposed things all around his skinny body. Don't worry, guys.
I got this.
Do you want to like summon an ice storm to protect it?
Sure, I'll blow everything up to protect it.
Don't worry, my child. I will summon a snowstorm.
Tutti fruity. Arc!
Hail fixes many problems.
It's your turn.
So
Previously.
I just pretend like I know what's going
Okay.
on.
I will go ahead and also run down. I guess I'll do my full move to also get inside. Is it unnaturally dark or
It is just dark.
just dark?
Do you have extra super good
I do
vision?
not.
Okay.
Warforged don't get.
Yeah,
They
idiot.
don't get.
Marcus, please.
Marcus would have resolved this issue already.
I will. Can I do a
Cut
perception? I guess to try and detect where our enemy went to.
Sure.
Defer all power to destroying the floor.
I'm bad at perception. So that's a 9.
You don't spot anything. You can tell that there's someone over at the console, but you're not sure who. But they have a captain's hat on.
I shoot him.
I also saw him run ahead of me, so.
That's true.
Gunter transformed into the captain.
In that case, I will just ready in action to, if there's an enemy near me, hit him with a stick.
Okay.
It was Reese all along. Reese is Gunter.
Maddie.
So Maddie keeps a free hand since she stopped using a shield recently. Can she light a torch?
Yeah.
Okay. So she lights a torch and heads into the room using her
Strippers
move.
go
Okay.
Uh,
Arc is here.
Does she see anyone else at the moment?
Not at present, but you do see some specks of blood on the floor.
She will follow those, keeping alert.
Okay.
Does it check, or will she see something at some point? Or
You follow them, but they seem to be sort of disappearing into some rows of machinery off to the side of the room.
Alright, some check to keep following them, or am I out of movement?
Are you just hustling after them, or are you like trying to creep up?
She's not interested in being stealthy, so yeah, she's going pretty close to full speed. I don't want to double move yet, if that's
Okay.
what you're asking.
Give me an investigation check.
Perception.
Or perception check.
Do I have to?
17.
17. So you follow them and you reach a point where they abruptly stop.
She stabs in front of her.
Okay. You hit open air.
looks around confused. She doesn't see anything else. She will. I guess there's no cover in the area at the moment.
I mean, there's a fair bit. There's consoles and stuff like that. A lot of cabinets and stuff. Did you look around as you did just then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, no, keep going.
20 feet up, sort of clung to the ceiling, you spot Gunther.
Alright.
It's supposed to be like a hideous monster, like a thing.
His head swivels
No,
around
it's just
backwards.
him.
Alright, well, she will
Yeah,
take
exactly.
whatever appropriate cover is available and glare at him.
Okay. Love it. Ix.
Ah!
Ix is gonna
Lynn is here.
head into the room.
Bye, Lynn.
Ix will go charging in. I mean, again, Ix doesn't want to die, but she's pretty sure this guy's about to try to bring down the airship.
Sure.
So she's gonna.
All right, you go inside. Ark is here.
Yeah. So she'll if she sees Maddie moving with a torch through the.
You can see that there's a torch lit
she'll be
off to the
following,
right.
And I mean, she would ideally be trying to follow the blood trail, but if that's the same direction Maddie's going.
Well, you don't see the blood trail at this point. You just see where the torch is.
Okay.
So you can head towards that.
Yeah, I'll head that way.
Okay. You arrive at Maddie, who's like weirdly glaring up at the ceiling.
I'll run past Reese, be like, "Good work, Captain."
Yep.
And skid to a stop behind Maddie. When I following her line of sight, do I get eyes on this?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay. She'll like look up and like tilt her.
That will be double move though.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I think Gunther is going to. So he sort of kicks off of the ceiling, knowing that the jig is up here, and flies through the air, sort of soaring across the height of the ceiling, just sort of like. And basically comes down on the other side of this massive engine.
Okay.
Lynn, all around you, there's suddenly a rain of like,
Skeletons?
as all of the skeletons finally hit the ground.
How hard did they hit the ground? Like, did they just dust themselves, or am I in a lot of trouble?
You're not in a lot of trouble, but some of them are very clearly like still starting to Iron Giant like put themselves together.
Okay. I can't
Is it
scream
big
until it's
sound
my
sometimes?
turn, I don't think.
Yes. Farran.
All right. So from where I'm seeing, I saw them go in and all of them look up. I'm assuming that. Oh wait.
Well, you can see in, but they are like over here.
Oh no, you're
so
right.
you
You're
definitely
right.
wouldn't have a line of sight on that.
So I guess I would first like start moving into the room.
Okay.
Once I'm in the room, so I saw them all go, or now I see them and they're like at the end of the blood trail.
Yes.
I guess I'll probably have to perceive to figure out that he flew over everyone's head though.
Yes.
So, oh, I have advantage on this now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're
Not a
Dog.
dog. No.
All right. So those are mediocre.
Mediocre!
So that's a total of 13.
13 is not great, but you can definitely pick up his scent. He's definitely somewhere within the room, although not very close by.
Like, yeah, at the point I'm like,
Jeez.
looking around, like he's definitely still he's definitely still in here. What do I have left? Because it's moving. Is that action or is that a bonus thing?
Moving is an action or a move.
Yeah.
Unless you're a rogue, bonus action
Right.
doesn't help you much.
I guess I will just try and like take cover and just keep a close eye out,
Okay.
especially for like more like newer blood.
Yes, that sounds good. Lynn.
Everyone's
Everyone's abandoned you.
Yes. So they all ran into this room, and then Gunther was running away, but he didn't run back the way he came. He's not coming towards me. He's going a different direction.
He's going to the very far back of the room.
Very far. I cannot see him though.
You cannot. So
Okay.
this room is like almost auditorium sized. It's very, very big.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Is there a big central like pillar? Is that what it is?
It's more of like a rectangular, like big engine type thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What-
Like imagine the actual engine to a cruise ship. That's how big this is.
Oh. I mean, either way, Lynn is screaming, oh God, it's raining skeleton.
Oh, so much for the atheism.
Well, she didn't specify which god.
Fine,
she's just
fine.
kind of like all... and she's...
Heavens to me.
Heavens to me! She books it straight into the auditorium room.
Got it. Ark is here.
She's running past her. Does she see, like as she goes in, does she eventually lay eyes on Gunther?
No, he's disappeared behind the thing. So if you run straight forward, you're going to hit the engine and Ark, who is like, or excuse me, not Ark, Reese, who's like knife dancing in front of it.
Okay, I'm going to go around the knife dancer.
Okay.
And try and figure out where everyone else the hell ran to, but she's going to put like Ark and Reese between her and the Skelebros.
Okay, that's reasonable.
And try and be between people. So if they're like looking away, she's going to assume other people ran that way, and she's going to head out.
Okay. Reese,
Did I
Lynn
see
is here now.
any of
Ah!
this stuff?
you didn't see any of that.
Okay.
No. At some point,
you were
someone
yelling-
that had seen it will shout, and then you'll know where it is.
Right.
Yeah, well,
And you
I
were
yelled,
yelling
oh
about
God,
skeletons.
it's raining skeleton.
Okay. Reese will take the back and look and see, are there any skeletons out there?
You can definitely see some bones a-jittering, but no fully constructed skelepla.
Then I'll hold my action for a skeleton materializing and heading this direction, I guess.
Got it. Ark. Behind you is the sound of skeletons.
Oh, I thought it was
skeletons
cool.
starting to jitter. Ark's going back and smashing some skeletons while they're on the ground.
Sure.
Thank you.
You coup de grace some skellies. I think you can manage to get through like 3 or 4 of them.
Whack-a-mole.
Maddie.
So we know. So Maddie knows where he went, right?
Yeah.
And we're next to like rows of shelves or something.
Yeah.
So
Or
climb.
it's more like equipment of some kind, machinery.
All right. So climb speed still applicable for moving around on it.
It is, yes. This stuff is only like 10 or 20 feet up.
All right. Well, then she will go up the 10 or 20 feet, and can she see Gunter now?
No, he's on the other side of something that's like 40 feet tall.
Oh, I see. How
Yeah.
how quickly can she get around to that movement speed wise?
Get around to what?
To where she would be able to see him, presumably.
Like,
Where she thinks he went.
Oh yeah,
You-
where she's.
so you can either go around the big engine, or you can try and climb on top of the engine or something like that.
Is the engine like literally kind of like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna try climbing the actual engine then.
Okay, so getting around the thing is probably going to be a full move and a half.
Rumbles. All right. Well, she will.
You can fly pretty fast.
Yeah. She will. She will go the full move of the and the half, shouting "Surrender or bleed!"
Okay, and you've still got the torch.
And
so
she
I
still has
think
the torch. Yes.
everyone that's paying attention. So maybe everyone except for Ark, given that you're like outside.
I'm getting the XP because I'm not in the same
Oh, of
room.
course,
There's
of
no
course,
pretty bonus
yeah.
share in
Oh, snap. You're like at 2 or 3 levels here.
Exactly.
But he's not going to get the quest completion, so he's going to have to do it all over again.
Oh, I hate it when that
And
happens.
she will move as close as she can get to him and still have decent cover from nearby things other than the engine. She doesn't want to use that as cover if she can help it.
Okay, so you're sort of making a little bit of a circuitous path around the engine towards the corner where he's at.
Yeah, while
Okay.
keeping some kind of cover nearby that she's keeping behind.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Okay.
X.
Okay, so
Maddie has left you.
Yeah, that's fine. Bye. Most people do eventually. So basically, we're essentially we were hiding essentially like a series of small mechanical
Yes.
walls, and then he has moved further down behind some of
Behind this massive machine.
obscuration.
Yes.
Maddie has taken off. So I guess my question is, do these walls we're behind, do they have a hall on either side? Or is
Yes.
It just, okay. And is that the same true over here?
Yes.
Is it basically like 2 paths lead around?
That's exactly right. Yes.
Okay. She'll move the opposite way that Maddie did,
Okay.
and she'll basically just get to the edge of the shelving unit that she's on. Assuming she gets clear sight down the hall, not to Gunter, but just to where he will be moving, coming and going from that location.
Yes. Yes, you can.
Okay, yeah, she'll just move to the edge and kind of hunker down there.
Okay.
And
So if anyone does come that way, you'd have a pretty clear line of sight.
And she'll shout. She'll shout. Basically, Maddie's going that way. She's gonna cut this way, and she'll shout, "Maddie, I'm hurt bad. You got to take care of him." And then she'll look down that hall and hold action.
Okay.
If she sees him, she'll shoot him.
Brilliant. Okay. It is his turn.
Cast kill X. That's what she.
No!
That's what she wants.
No!
No, she's like.
Don't die!
No, she's saying I'm hurt
Yeah.
bad, so that he's like, oh, I'll go take care of that one, not the full power one that's running my way.
And then meanwhile, Lynn is like terrified. Oh no, Ix! And
Fine. I mean, what does she have going on that's that good, really?
Maddie,
Got a sweet bow.
you feel something try and take hold of your mind. Something to try to twist your intentions. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Does anyone have inspiration?
Nope.
Okay. Wisdom save is a probably failing 9.
Oh god.
That is going to fail.
You're
You
too
begin
far away from me. I can't do anything.
to feel psychic energy assault and twist your mind, spawning delusions and provoking uncontrolled action.
Alright. Am I charmed or under some condition?
You are under confusion.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Cause a condition.
Nice
Whoops.
try, Madeline.
Maybe next time.
Fair enough.
Okay, I think that's pretty good as far as turns goes. Farran!
All right. Well, I saw everyone,
Yes.
you know, going that way. Let's see. I don't remember what it was I was going to use that to roll. Okay, no, I think I got an idea.
I thought you were like Two-Face deciding what your course of action was going to be.
So I'm going to go. In my head, I'm assuming Maddie went this way and Nix went that way.
That's exactly
right?
correct.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we intentionally
Yep.
went opposite direction.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna probably go around the side that it was on
Okay.
if I can. I
Yep.
have a speed of 40.
Yes, you do.
Does that get me, like, how far can I get with that?
So I think that gets you part way around the engine,
Okay.
going that way.
Shoot in the back and you can do it.
All right.
Oh, good. You've used your attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Now I'm safe going.
At that point, I'd actually like to see if I can. It's still dark in this room, right?
It is, absolutely.
I want to see if I can stealth move the rest of the way.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Hey,
Oh.
A good
a
roll.
good roll. That is a total of 23.
Excellent. You begin to ninja run your way down through the dark corridors.
So I want to keep looking around for him and try and see if I can get in there unseen.
Sure, I think you basically silently scamper past a couple of rows and then stop and turn and spot him sort of like crouching where it looks like he's just finished casting a spell in the direction of Maddie. So he's maybe like 60 feet away from you down a hallway and hasn't noticed you. Lynn,
I heard
Reese is here.
I heard Ix cry out that she's very injured.
Yes.
I'm booking it to her.
It's
Can I
true.
get there in one move?
Yes.
I'm gonna heal her.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my healing kit and like, oh my god, and she's just
I mean, to be fair, she is actually pretty hurt.
no,
Like,
she's
that was
fucked
not
up visibly.
entirely,
So.
yes. Well, also her hit points are damaged.
Oh god. I can only heal the physical scars, not mental. But you're gonna do 8.
Pretty good.
Oh, I'm sorry. 9,
Reese!
which made me happy.
It looks like skeletons are sufficiently stomped out.
Some of them are. It looks like a bunch of them are getting put back together, as a matter
Are
of
the
fact.
ones that were broken earlier like reforming?
They are not, no. The ones that were quote-unquote defeated seem to be out of commission. But it looks like there are 4 that are putting themselves back into working order.
Okay. I have line of sight on them. I mean, I
Yeah.
assume if I see them.
You can see, you could probably target 2 of them.
Okay. In that case, sure, I'll shoot a ray of frost at.
Oh, now I gotta share the XP.
Yeah, that's right.
Comes through
I'm in the middle, so I can get both XP.
Ow.
Uh,
Power candy.
Alright.
Oh, no.
Natural 1.
Good work,
It is a ranged attack, so
And a 16. I'm gonna crit fail.
Don't shoot the fucking engine and blow it up.
I think it hits an ally.
Yeah.
That's weapon dropped.
Oh.
So,
your
Your
hand
finger falls
My
off.
wand.
You drop your component, I mean,
Yeah.
Oh.
Your
your
focus.
focus.
Fair enough. I guess I'll use my movement to pick back up.
Okay.
I guess you're very familiar with that.
It'll happen less often as a wizard, I promise.
Ark!
Alright, so there's 4 skeletons.
There are 4 skeletons around you.
We'll try and hit the closest one. Are they actually literally right next to me?
Yes.
Okay. I'll hit one of them, or try to. I wish there was like cleaving or like, you know, I can...
Those things
I'm
exist,
sure other
they're just on
classes.
glass.
I've got a quarterstaff, but what?
There's plenty of glasses that have that, just not
Yeah,
yours.
I know.
Better luck next time.
I think you like bonk it, and it's just sort of like.
I rolled a 2, I'm not so sure I even block it. Probably block next.
Maddie,
I have a D10 to roll.
I do need you to roll a D10 as the thing.
I got an 8, which is, well, there's nothing in range, I assume, right?
No, there's not. But I think that you imagine that there are things near you.
That's fair. I don't know if anyone can see Maddie, but you see her stabbing at the air and screaming, "Get the fuck out of my mind!"
We probably see her shadow from her torchlight.
Yes,
Yeah.
but everyone can definitely hear you as
Yes,
well.
Yeah.
You can give me another wisdom saving throw.
That is a 22.
That succeeds. You manage to banish these. They take your
Oh.
woods to heart and decide, whoa, we're out of here.
Who knew it was that easy?
Yeah.
This is a language zone.
Ix.
Kids can't
I
do
can't
that.
hide and then hold action, can I?
Don't see why not.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll hide.
As long as you spend your action on holding an action, yeah.
Okay, I'll use my stealth, 16. So basically, while Lynn is patching her up, she's just gonna slowly kind of shift herself so that she's crouched down behind. So like Lynn's back will be to where this dude might pop around, and she's kind of just like peeking around.
You're using me for cover?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Hold action. I'll shoot if this thing happens.
Got it.
I don't know how to take that.
Ark, a bunch of 4 skeletons just raise their arms and just.
He'll be dead if he comes around the corner.
Fair.
It's 1 hit.
I missed my berry.
That's 2 hits.
AC's 15. I'm shooting that.
I got an 18 and a 19 without modifiers.
Cool.
Those are hits.
You take 10 points of
Unless
damage.
the modifiers are minus
Ooh,
1.
glad I healed you earlier.
Yeah.
I might need to again, but I don't know you're hurt.
Okay.
Oh
Oh,
god.
if only you had that move.
If
That's so
only.
good
If
right now.
only.
I hate that so much.
Gunther.
Aaron
Did
could be Nightcrawler.
was Megfest still full of it? Like
Yes.
it is every year.
Fuck that.
Yes,
Yeah. It's so good.
it
Not
didn't
good.
stop, and
That they
I
have to
hated
put up
everyone
signs.
who did it.
Everyone-
I'm like the anti-fun for that sort of thing. Whenever there's like a meme that's loud that everyone at a con does, I immediately hate every single one of those people.
Pretty bad.
So all of the back scratcher people, or butt scratcher, or whatever, the Family Guy thing that happens at anime cons, they'll just yell like butt scratcher, and then like 100 other people start yelling it out for some reason across the con.
This is why I literally cannot go to these things.
I don't understand what's wrong with people, and I cannot.
I haven't been able to figure it out either. I mean, it's been a lifelong project.
I can't deal with it.
There is a recent
Different
one
people
that
like
I
different
that I
things.
kind of love though, which is at like tournaments for the Dragon Ball Fighters. Anytime Cell's intro plays, and he just stands there, it's just like, ah! Like everybody screams with him.
Like, if
And
you're
it's-
doing it with a sound effect at an event, that's a little bit different.
Something where it can be predicted.
Yes.
Yes. No, it's not unpredictable.
Yeah.
I don't
It's,
like the.
it's perfect.
I got
I
the
love
joke.
Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So this guy, I think, is gonna like duck away from his current position. So he's gonna move like relatively quietly, like back a few more rows. So he's still like in the relatively. You can probably place his position unless he goes like invisible or something like that.
Indivisible.
Did he move closer to Maddie or Ix?
He went away from your 2 positions, closer to the very back of the room.
Oh, okay.
I've already used my rock.
That's it. Farran, it's your turn.
I'm going to like pursue him, but try and stay quiet as I
Okay.
do.
The hunt is on.
So you'd need to double move to get to basically adjacent.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't want to get fully adjacent to him, but I want
Okay.
to get to where I could.
You could use a single move and be within 40 feet. of
Well,
him,
I'm
basically.
okay using my double move,
Okay.
but I want to use my double move to get to where, like, next turn I could close the distance
Yeah,
in
that's
one
fair.
move.
Okay.
Because, like, I don't want him to know I'm there until I'm about to start stabbing him.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Give me another stealth check.
All right. This is where I screw up.
Okay.
You break the window and
10 plus whatever you
okay.
got.
15.
Okay. As you round the corner, he looks up and spots you.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'll keep moving. Like, once he's noticed me, I'll just start, like, running at him.
But he unleashes a held. He lifts a hand,
Okay.
And bees.
and
Just bees.
a bee-colored line of light flies out.
Experience
It
bees.
beelines for you.
Oh, no.
What's your AC?
Not
enough.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
It is 16.
Oh man. Okay. Well,
Unbelievable.
unfortunately,
Down I go.
Hello?
you feel not terrific.
this isn't good.
You
You're
feel
full of bees.
you feel worse than you had a moment ago. You feel a wave of nausea sort of swarm over you. You literally feel yourself sort of break out into a nervous sweat. Give me a con save.
Oh, boy. That's not one of the things I buffed at all. Yeah.
4.
I would like a new die, but also I'm going to throw off.
You take 10 points of damage.
Okay, I'm down.
God.
Are you?
Yes.
Oh, nuts.
We don't have much HP.
Well, your unconscious body has the poison effects over its head.
Well,
That doesn't deal damage over time. Poison gives you disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
yeah.
Did you yell anything, or does Lynn see this at all?
I think you can yell "Ugh."
Like,
Okay.
How did that go again?
Lynn leaves him dying.
I would deserve it.
Alright, this is.
Yeah. Lynn, it's your turn.
I yell,
Okay.
"Zhoo, zhoo, zhoo, zhoo."
I don't know what that
It is
means.
the Nightcrawler.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Snicked.
Schnick.
I don't understand what's happening
Berserker
anymore.
Barrage. Berserker Barrage.
Does Lynn have any way of knowing that he went down? I'm guessing like she heard sort of like, ugh,
And then a
like,
thump.
and then a thump. Like,
Oh, they
that
got
sounds-
him. I understand.
Any kind of visual effect from the spell that might have been a
Goodness,
clue?
Yes, there was a flash of green light
Okay.
over on that side of the room.
I probably
Lynn's
should have stressed
gonna
that in hindsight.
Lynn's
I
gonna
forgot
try
about
and
that
stealth her
mechanic.
way around the corner and sort of see what's going on.
Give me a
as
stealth
well
check.
as she can. Do-do-do. Nah, 13.
Okay.
And
You can't tell whether or not you've been spotted or not.
Okay, but can I see him and can I see a downed Farran?
Yes.
And I can see him too?
Yes.
Okay.
Farron's maybe 40 feet away, and then Gunther is another 40 feet.
I'm gonna call out, he's over here, so everyone will know he's over here.
Like it, like it.
And then I'm going to use one of my bardic abilities, Cross to Bear. This is a Bardic Imperium.
Ooh.
Sounds fancy.
And she's gonna call out to Dal Ara, which is a god of sacrifice, and cite a religious thing from that holy book, and suggest that he weigh this person down. Now, all movement by him is under difficult terrain for. Yeah. 5 times 10 feet. But oh well.
Okay. So for the next 10 feet that he moves, he has to.
He's
expend
under
twice.
difficult terrain, yeah.
Okay. So you basically.
I slowed him a little.
Oh, I'm much more encumbered than I was a moment ago.
And then I'm gonna try and
Where'd all these Turks come from?
I'm gonna try and like take half cover as well as I can,
Okay.
sort of like keeping eyes on him, and then also yell out, "Farron's hurt. Could use some help." I don't have a crossbow.
The tone you also have is Farron's hurt, haha.
No. There's more of like, guys, hello.
Reese.
Where's everybody?
How are we looking at skeletons?
I mean,
Arc just
There's 4 of them.
Well, Ark's almost down.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
It's like
have
a. I think he
Our
knocked like
mage is tanking 4 skeletons right now.
I think like a stone plate literally just like fell off. or hit
Remember,
the
Ark
floor.
looks meaty, but he's not actually.
yeah.
I'm probably meatier than you guys, but not by much.
Well, I'm a crack addict.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a small dog.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, sorry.
Bork, bork.
I'm not meatier than a Herbie character.
Well, duh.
Ever.
How many hit points does the
Are they like
character
in
have?
a doorway, or are they
What's your-
beyond
what's your-
that
They're beyond the doorway.
openish area?
Yeah, I mean they're at this flight, at the bottom of this flight of stairs. And there's, I mean, you would be able to see them, except the door is just basically just a bottleneck. So, at this point, maybe you've got an eye on one of them.
Okay. And how far away is it?
It's like 60 feet. I mean, you're in the middle of this giant room,
Okay.
so.
Alright, I'll run 30 feet in that direction.
Okay.
And then pop a ray across there, one of them, that I can see.
Thunderwave, man. Thunderwave.
That's
Yeah,
on me.
seriously.
It's centered on me.
Oh,
Wait,
that's
that's
what
not-
I was trying to
Doesn't
do.
that do extra damage against constructs?
No, it does
No,
not.
it
what am
doesn't.
I thinking of?
It's
It
shattered.
doesn't,
Shatter, okay.
and it doesn't
Shatter.
anymore. The difference was on the saving throw.
Yeah, you get disadvantage in saves.
11. Oh wait, doesn't that hit?
Yes.
Yeah! Nice.
Get it together.
Better than natural 1. I got it together.
Thank you.
And I hit him. For 5 damage.
Nice.
Minus 10 feet speed on his next turn. It's
Art.
my turn.
One of the skeletons around you suddenly is frozen in place.
Nice.
Nice. Nice shot.
It's your turn.
Oh, that's what I say. Nice shot.
That's my turn.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well,
I just lay down and say time for a new character. Alright, I'm gonna.
Damn.
Uh,
I got dark.
I've been there.
well, the frozen one looks frozen. I don't know that it's disabled or not, so I'm gonna leave that one alone and hit one of the other. Which one hit me? Is that
All
one
of
still-
them.
Okay, they all hit me.
It's difficult to tell. It's just a bunch of
Bones.
bullies.
No,
Yeah.
bullies.
Consider disengaging and running.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
You should.
I thought the multiple.
No, I looked it up. You can do.
Okay, okay.
You can disengage.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not a roll.
No, you don't. It's just you literally. It's just an
Decision
action.
is,
I'm thinking about
Oh.
what Ark is gonna do. I didn't roll so hot, so Ark's gonna swing.
Okay.
Another skeleton.
It's come along one hit.
It's gonna hit though.
It is bonky damage. Not very good bonky damage. Bonky
5 bludgeoning damage.
That one loses most of its head. The mandible is still clinging on, though, and it still seems to be animate. Determined to punish you for the crime of not having bones. Maddie?
How
So
dare
how
you.
far away are Farran and Gunther?
Gunther is now like 40 feet in front of you, and then he.
Farran's on the
All right, we got to Pythagoras this now.
Yeah.
So Gunther is 40 feet in front of you, and then Farran is 40 feet away from Gunther. So
BX.
you're at the hypotenuse of the derivative.
Okay, so it sounds like
But you don't have a line of sight on Farran.
Oh, okay. Then
And also, who cares?
Okay, well, if I don't have a line of sight on Farran, that makes it easy.
Yes.
Is there cover anywhere between where Maddie and Gunther are?
Tons. This whole room is just a labyrinth of just strange machines and cabinets and stuff.
Okay, I mean, without a layout, it's hard to tell. But is there a place where she can get a shot off that he wouldn't have cover, and then she
Yeah,
would
absolutely.
be able, and she would be able to? Okay,
Yeah,
then she,
it's think of it honestly like a big laser tag arena. There's just
nice.
tons and tons of like weird nooks and crannies, and it's badly lit. And there's small children shooting you.
all right. Well,
Fog
then,
machines.
Yes.
In that case, then she will take a shot at him from an angle that he won't have cover, and then try to get back and cover herself.
Okay.
With her hand crossbow.
Will you be able to see me from there? Probably not.
Any chance of her catching sight of Farran during any of this romping around?
Not in low light.
Yeah, that's fair. Even with the torch.
Yeah. Well, I mean that light's
I see.
near you. If
Fair
anything,
enough.
it would make it harder to see.
Probably. All right. Well, she will take a shot with her hand crossbow. 8 probably doesn't hit.
It doesn't. I'm sorry.
No worries.
I'm
Right.
just gonna let you know, Farran. If I kill you, I heal some hit points. Ix.
So Ix is going to try to maintain her stealth position, which basically means when Lynn moves, she's just going to creep in her shadow, basically.
Okay.
Do I need a stealth roll?
Yes, you do.
Like I've got very big.
Natural
Oh,
20.
Nice.
I've got very big skirts on that are helping.
Yeah.
Like I'm just,
So she'll just like narrow herself and like kind of have her crossbow turned sideways and just slip in behind Lynn.
Okay.
As Lynn moves closer, and Lynn has line of sight on this board.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So while there's sort of the exchange where like Lynn is trying to figure out if she's been spotted, and then an arrow like plinks near Gunther, and I assume he glances in that direction. Ix is gonna pop up and put her crossbow on Lynn's shoulder and fire.
Nice.
yes.
I'm gonna use
Yes!
sharpshooter, plus 10 damage, minus 5 to hit. I have advantage on this attack.
Love it.
Nice.
That is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Sniper.
8 plus 1 plus 3. That is 21 damage.
21. Still on his feet, but he is not looking good. You plunk it straight into his shoulder. He's very visibly like coughing up big globs of blood.
Cutting action. 15 to stealth.
Okay. Disappear.
Yeah, she'll just like shoot and then she'll dart across the way into one of the
No one ever sees you
It
again.
looks like I did it.
Yeah.
Like it totally looks like Lynn.
He
out of
totally
nowhere.
believed you when you shouted that you don't have a crossbow.
Ah, sneak attack.
Unbelievable.
I was
can't
so
be-
convincing.
I can't believe you would have lied to the boss. Okay.
Oh no, he thinks I did that. It's his turn.
He's going to do a thing.
I don't know.
No, he doesn't have enough time to do that. That's too bad. That would have been pretty good.
For some reason, I just had a picture of Antoria and Yarnup in a like Muppet theater, like the old guys just watching the thing, criticizing the mage for some reason.
Well, I'm gonna go with a old standby. He sort of very obviously like loaded up with way too many dragon bones and wheels of cheese in Skyrim, and just like hobbles his way to a corner. But as soon as he gets there, he disappears in a shroud of silvery mist.
Oh, yeah, of course.
An old favorite.
I mean, it's such a good spell.
Meanwhile, Ark is beaten by
Oh, yeah.
skeletons.
Skelebros.
Bring it.
Okay, 1 hits. You take another 5.
Still up. Still up. I mean, Ark is
I-
beat the shit.
So the last one sort of like, this one is like the one with just the mandible. He like tears off his own jaw and brings it up to finish you off.
He does critical damage to himself when he...
But at that moment, a stiletto comes crashing straight through his chest bone, and he collapses to the ground, and the Baron and his flunkies are standing behind it.
And then they stab me.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but you're full of experience points. Farran, it's your turn.
Death save. D20. Roll good.
Save,
Oh, yeah.
save.
That is not
It's not a save. I'm dying.
Stress?
Can you stress death?
You can stress a death
You
saving throw.
can stress a death
I
save.
don't
Probably
know
do-
that it's
Yeah, maybe it's
necessary.
not worth it.
It's not worth doing it
I
for the
wouldn't do
first
it yet.
one. No.
I guess
Yeah.
not, yeah.
You stress the third one.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
I would stress the second one just in case.
natural
I'm gonna
damage.
stress the second one.
Yeah, any hit on a down character is an automatic failure.
Lynn, it's your turn.
Lynn
There's a
is-
character dying in front of you.
Lynn's gonna be like, she's leaving. No, she books it, runs full speed, and then like gets on her knees, like sliding over to Farran, and then starts trying to like live, damn you. You're stabilized at 0,
Yay!
which is I'm using the healing kit, which lets you do that without a roll.
Yeah, just slap him straight across the face with
I just shove gauze in
a
his
poultice
face.
and some
like-
herbs, just like
That clears your death saving throw failure.
it does.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
you're stable
It's
at
pretty
0.
generous.
You're not dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Priest, your turn.
I pick up my pencil
Okay.
and then leave.
Is that
How
code
many,
for
are
something?
there any other skeletons right now?
No, there's the 2. There's 2 and one that's frozen,
And a Baron.
and a Baron.
Makes
Alright,
good
I'll,
pizza.
Thunderwave.
I mean, if I can get into a position.
So you're like in the doorway. You can pretty clearly see the scene in front of you now.
Okay. I guess. Yeah. The thing is, if I can position myself such that I can thunder wave, 15 feet around me is only skeletons.
No, they're too closely
Okay.
packed.
In that case, I will.
Oh shoot! I completely forgot about something. Somebody don't let me forget this in the future. But it's way too late to retcon it now. When shifting, I gain temporary hit
I was
points.
wondering about that. I thought for sure that was the
Sorry,
case.
it's an Euler
Well,
Arcana.
like
so-
Lynn got to save your life, and you
Yeah.
owe her a life debt now. So I'm okay with this.
I'm gonna Ray of Frost again.
It all
Okay.
worked out.
And the cool thing is, if you die in dog
Mostly for
form,
me.
there's this weird glitch where you remain a dog forever.
Yeah.
Nice.
That, well, actually, what I was looking up is to
That
see
makes the funeral scene a lot. sad. Disc 3 will never be the same.
Oh no!
Alright, I hit a Skelly for 2. But he's cold, he's really cold.
He is. He's got like some hoarfrost sort of forming on his bones.
Nice.
Was he shittering?
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Oh, okay.
What did you think I was doing?
I thought he
A
was
dance?
grimacing like
Now I'm just imagining Cloud Strife lowering like a Shiva into the water Temple of the Ancients.
No.
That particular. Yes! Oh, Brandon, you're my best friend. That particular scene is probably the best embellished one by naming all of your characters Sephiroth. Reese took his turn. Ark, it's your turn.
Well,
Hard to top that.
Yeah, I know. We're done.
I don't think I need to roll this time. We're like, right, you got this, Baron. Disengage.
All right.
Thanks, bud.
Because I
To be
am.
fair, it's pretty fucking.
Where
I'm beat
are
the
you
hell.
falling back to?
I guess behind Reese.
Going to
Okay.
wizard.
Can I? Can
Yes.
I could. Can it? Is it disengage an action? Or
Yes.
a move?
Yeah, it's an action.
Yeah, so like.
So I can't like hit him and then like.
No,
That's
no.
a rogue thing.
No, that's a cool thing.
Yeah.
You're,
All right.
you're a caster.
I'm
boss.
just disengaging and I'm gonna get myself positioned behind Reese. and
Okay.
continue to help out.
All right.
Like
Maddie.
25.
So he only moved like 10 feet before he apparently vanished, right?
That is correct.
All right.
Better than nothing.
So he moved into a corner and vanished.
Explode the corner.
He moved up to a hallway corner and vanished. Yes.
Hallway corner and vanished. All right. Maddie will dash towards it and look around the corner.
Okay. You spot him over near the engine.
Okay. Is he within single movement range still?
So you would have had to have moved 20 feet. He's now 30 feet away from you.
Okay. So I don't have enough to actually. Well,
Do you have charge?
no, he's not got that type. Actually, though, she will actually go ahead and run the rest of the way towards him
Okay.
and get adjacent.
All right.
And she's shouting and cursing the whole way.
I
Not
bet.
even really coherent this time. She's just pissed off now.
I absolutely believe you.
Maddie's yelling in tongues.
Ix.
So I assume I hear Maddie's not being quiet at this point.
No, not at all.
She's never been quiet at any point
okay.
in this.
What will it take for me to at least get line of sight on Maddie from my position?
So you'll need to. So she's basically running past a few halls, but she's running directly to the engine, which gives you a good idea of where she's stopping.
Okay.
So if you just fell back that same direction, you'd probably have line of sight to that.
Okay.
So 30 feet.
Yeah, I can do that. I think.
Cool.
What my move
Do
is.
it.
30 default, unless
okay,
you're
yeah,
kind of weird.
No, I forgot because Cade
Unless-
was heavy
Yeah.
armor, so I remember
Yeah.
he could never move anywhere. Yeah, she'll just turn like she was kind of like shooting this way, and she'll just whip around the corner and dash back.
Okay.
And so I assume Maddie's move to be adjacent to Gunter.
Don't roll a 1.
That's going to be difficult. She'll just kind of like sprint down the hallway, and she'll skid to a stop once she sees them, and she'll just be like, "Maddie, duck!" and then she'll shoot.
Yes!
So Maddie is further away than that. So you're not behind Maddie. Imagine like.
Oh.
So Lynn is here. Farran is here.
I'm next to Farran now.
Right. Sorry. Man, I missed tactical maps. I should have done these.
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
But you were with Lynn, I guess. So actually...
I was a little ways behind Lynn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically you're perpendicular to where Maddie is running. But you do have eyes on Gunther because of triangulation.
Right.
Pythagoras is
Okay,
with you.
so,
Yes!
so I'm not following in behind Maddie.
Yes.
I'll
You're
be
at a different
shooting.
angle,
I'll be
yeah.
shooting this away.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're at
that's
the
fine.
hypotenuse.
She'll
of the
still call it
refractory.
before she shoots because
Sure.
she's going to be shooting in Maddie's
Yeah,
direction.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll take a shot.
20,
I'm going to
20,
use
20.
sharpshooter for damage. I can always stress it if it's a bad roll. If it's not a 1.
No!
It's a 1.
You realize what you did.
Mid roll too.
10?
On my fumble chart. God, I hope I shoot
Can you-
Maddie and
can-
kill her. Massive damage.
I can resurrect her
Can you
now.
stress up on
Shivram goes flying.
You specifically
No, that's the one thing you can't stress.
You fall prone. I think you're
Maddie, what?
you're
Like slipping some blood.
you've done some really cool like spy acrobatics, but they've caught up with the fact that you have no constitution.
Maddie, duh! It's like falling on me. Fuck!
Cigarette butts just fall out of your face.
Shouldn't have had all that dairy before the adventure.
Great.
Okay, it's his turn. He basically has
You're all welcome.
he stands up and puts his hands on the engine and
I'm so sorry, guys. This was all on me.
and basically the sizzling course of green electricity that flickers through the bound storm elemental begins to yes.
Is he making a melee attack on the engine?
No,
Oh.
but he is casting a spell.
Very
If that's
nice
something you can
try.
do something about.
If
Are you
it's a melee attack roll, I can do something about it.
Does he have to touch the engine to do it? Like, does he have to
it
make a
has
touch attack?
specifically has to be a melee attack roll of some kind.
No, makes a. It still gets a saving throw. So
No, it's
Oh,
not.
if it's a, okay, because there's
Yeah.
some that are like a touch attack
'Cause I can-
spell, and if it was a touch
Yeah,
attack
like
spell,
shock and grasp, I'd be able to do it.
Guys,
No.
the surprise is the engine has 0 stress right now.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. Once it realizes the fact that it's about to be banished, it might.
What's the charisma of an engine?
Well,
hold
0.
on, hold on,
let's turn it our
hold
monster.
on.
Yes.
Can I see Gunther?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
It's not an attack though, so I can't.
Not
Do,
an attack,
oh my god, that's right. No.
Nope. Let's turn in our monster manuals to.
Steamship
Page
engine.
167.
Well, it's an elemental, happily,
Oh.
which is
The
whole
elemental's
reason-
not outside?
It's so the ring is like it's mostly outside, but it's bound in here.
Okay.
This is,
Ah, that
yeah.
makes sense.
Okay.
Let's get this feeling a little bit creepier.
So it has to make a saving throw, right?
Yes.
So my next question is, can I have it re-roll its saving throw with my ability?
What does your ability say?
I have a restricted thing of it just to make it easier to write down. It was on a reaction for a friendly creature. I can allow them to re-roll a failed save and heal equal to Bardic Imperium die.
I think the elemental's definitely in a position of mutual beneficence.
Okay. So if it fails, let me know, because I'll burn an Imperium to try and like... You can do it, buddy!
So it has a charisma of 6.
So it's at a -2, basically,
Yes.
unless it's proficient in charisma saves or something. Probably isn't.
Oh,
Man, I'm really sorry that I crit failed you guys.
It begins to blink out of existence as it disappears back to its own
Lynn
plane.
is going to call upon the gods and ask Eladra's favor to find this dear, dear elemental.
Some inexplicable god rays sort of just shine from out of the ceiling.
As I pick a random, not even accurate, holy sign to hold out.
It's upside
and
down.
it's the Blood of Vol's sign that I'm holding out. Eladra beckons you!
And you all get this sense that, like, as it's spinning through this wheel, the storm elemental is feeling like, no, I can do this. I can save everyone. I just have to believe in myself.
Please.
Do I just re-roll it? Is
Yeah,
there
you
any other-
reroll a saving throw. Please?
It vanished?
You begin to feel the ship begin to dip. And for the second time today, you feel the effects of gravity in a way that you don't feel like your body is supposed to feel.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Gunther collapses to his knees. Farran, your turn.
He's at
I'm
You're at 0.
I'm at 0.
Yes.
I can have 4 temporary.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
Awoo, as they say.
I don't know what that does for me.
I think you're conscious. So I think you can. I think if you're at 0, you can take an action, and that's it.
No, that was like 2nd edition D&D. If you're 0, you're just down.
But you're conscious.
You know you're stable.
You're.
You don't have
Stable means
right.
no death saving
Yes.
throws. That's the only thing you get out of being stable.
I think I'm just taking a nap.
Okay.
Yeah.
The 10 hit points will protect you if something tries to hit you while you're down. Though
Yes.
you would lose those before you have to make death saves again.
Yes, it's true. Okay, Lynn.
I'm gonna keep shoving gauze in his mouth. Just trying to
Gods
heal.
or gods? Because you're running a
I
real racket
drew,
here.
like when I got my healer's kit, I actually drew random holy symbols on all of the different healing things so that I could invoke the appropriate deities that I felt.
Of course.
At the
The
moment.
Gauze
Yeah.
gods.
You
And
don't wanna
then
infringe.
You heal 10.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm a good healer!
Are you still a fox, or does that change?
So
when
that's what I
Are you
looked
literally a fox?
Up. Yeah.
No, he's a fox boy.
Fox
Oh,
fan, yeah.
God! I'm
sorry.
so mad at reality
So
right
I
now.
looked that up. I'm close to running out probably because it lasts a minute, which
Okay.
is 10 turns. It does not go away when I fall
Oh.
unconscious, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Small thing for you next time. That actually would have stabilized him too. You could have just done.
Not for this.
Oh, really?
The
Oh, it has to
feat
be conscious.
The feat that I'm using doesn't specify that. However, the 2 uses are I can for free stabilize a person to 1 hit point is one of the 2 feats, 2 aspects of it. The other is I can heal them for D6 plus hit dice
Oh, wait,
plus 4.
Stabilize to 0 or to 1?
We'll talk about it later. Sorry, I
That's
didn't
the thing
realize
that
it
I
would be a
don't
thing.
have yet. Right now, I
Okay.
can only stabilize to 0.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're getting more
It
stuff.
is.
over
It is
time.
an
Yes.
abuse of the feat with our rule set for me to do a heal instead of a.
We'll talk about it
stabilize.
later. I didn't realize it was gonna.
Yeah, no problem. I'm alive.
Reese,
So for how long?
your ship is crashing.
Not again. I mean, whatever.
Fast, fast, fall on the ship.
Uh,
How fast are we going down?
Is it to the point that it's like affecting us at all yet, or we just kind of feel like we might get
At this point, you're just feeling the ship begin to tilt in an unpleasant direction.
Kill Gunther. Let's get out of here. I'm done with this shit.
Flashback to when you get a storm elemental in a bottle, and you just kind of shove it.
right?
Ah.
Good thing we brought a spare.
Flashback, I made storm elementals immune to banish. No, I didn't. I don't know. Let's clean up these skeletons and then die. Okay, I'm just
I
gonna
love your attitude, Captain.
freeze. I mean, I don't do that.
Captain's
I can't
supposed to
do
go down with the
anything.
ship. They're supposed to go down with the ship,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah, you stay here.
But the skeletons, whatever. All right, cool. I freeze another skeleton.
Cool. Ah.
Yeah, chill out, dude. 6 damage to a skeleton. He's cold.
It's frozen in
nice.
place.
He wasn't
my
wearing a
movement
sweater.
And then it
Shrug.
slides.
Oh. Ooh, into a wall and then shatters?
Yes.
Yes!
Well done.
That's cool.
Ark,
Um,
you're bleeding.
Oil
Oil everywhere.
The ship's falling. I think I need to get to the engine. I'm just gonna double move to try and get to the engine
Okay.
to try and figure out.
It's difficult terrain because you're now going uphill.
Oh. 30 it is.
Okay. Maddie.
So he's effectively prone, right? He dropped to
Yes.
his knees. All right. Kind of in a Dark Souls finishing move kind of thing. She'll plant a foot on his back and stab the rapier directly into him.
Okay.
Lynn sees this, doesn't she?
That is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
What is the ring that's working?
Only 5 piercing damage though.
So there's a movement one and an elevation.
Okay, so.
This is the elevation one.
Yeah, that's the one that we really need.
Alright, yeah, that's. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, the ship is designed that it's not going to lose the elemental and then just immediately crater, right? Like, these are safety things, right?
That's what Ark's about to try and check.
He does need a concentration check on Banish if it's normal
true.
Banish.
Is he
It's
still
only,
alive?
DC, it's only DC 10 though.
Oh, absolutely, he's alive. Yes, he's fine.
Okay. Alright.
Ix!
Oh.
Ix, you're prone. Starting to roll downhill.
Like tumble, catch myself and get up. to wipe my mouth off.
If it lasts for the full minute, but Maddie wouldn't know that.
Okay.
Do I still have eyes on this?
Maybe.
That's true. I guess I could.
You can see where he's at, but Maddie's standing on top of him now.
Okay. So he's partially obscured?
Yes.
Is that what you're trying to say?
That is exactly what I'm saying. Thank you.
Okay. Well, since I'm a sharpshooter, I'm not affected by cover.
That's fine.
So, like, she'll get up and, like, wipe off her mouth, and, like, she'll sit up like she's gonna try to shoot him. And then she'll just sort of sit there for a second, and she'll lay down so that she can just aim along.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I will take the shot. I'm trying not to quickly fail this.
Don't say that.
You can't do it twice.
That is a 11 to hit. I will stress that because I assume that is a miss.
It will be a miss.
Yeah, I'm going to stress that for dose. Is that correct?
Yep.
I forgot to say state I was going to use sharpshooter, so I guess that's not there. Unfortunately.
Maybe like it stops the jitters.
Steady hand, yeah.
Calms the nerves.
9 damage.
You, I guess, just sink another bolt into his abdomen. He's like, ugh.
So I really
like he's killed people, but man, not like this. He is still, believe it or not, still alive.
Yeah,
He's
sorry, I
got
forgot to
another
use my
knock
damage
check, though.
He does.
You'll fail one day.
I'll use my bonus action to dash, to just crawl myself towards, like, I'll just slug uphill for 15 feet or whatever. As much
Sure.
as I can, but...
Okay.
Well, actually, I guess I'm going downhill. The arc's going up.
Yeah.
Yes. So I guess you just sort of like.
Yeah. And I'll just catch myself on the lip of kind of like the last hallway.
Sure. There is a faint crackle, and there is a surge of electricity as the ring boots up again, as the elemental shimmers back into position.
Oh, I didn't realize that could happen. Thank God.
But the ship is still descending.
Captain, get to the steering wheel.
I haven't steered this damn ship
Did that,
once.
did that happen on my turn?
Yes.
Can I speak?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll just yell to Ark. I can already see that he's on his way, but she'll just yell. I think the elemental's up, but it's gonna need some help, with baby doll.
Ark's just gonna hit the engine.
Ark actually doesn't have a clue how any of this works. He just hits things until.
But it's still an Arcana roll. So
Then Reese pushes him aside and freezes it. Okay. Cool. So he's like on the ground and like sort of blearily looks up at you. And then you realize that he's actually looking past you as he disappears in another wisp of silvery light. And looking up, you can see that he's moved 30 feet up the side of the engine, where he's basically like sort of situated himself and trying to like crawl backwards as he tries to get away. That's a bonus action, so he can actually reasonably move. So he's going to stand and basically climb the rest of the way up to basically the top of the engine, which is like 45 degrees tilted at this point. But he's like up like directly adjacent to the active ring now.
Okay, so he has no problems climbing or anything?
No.
Okay.
Farran,
Okay.
you're awake.
I'm like, oh,
Hello.
thank you so much.
You can't say that. Your mouth is full of gauze.
So I will stand up. I'm still poisoned though, aren't I? Or
No, I think that shed once you went unconscious.
Okay.
Also, it was only for a round, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
More heartburn, really, than anything
Ray of
else.
Sickness is not. I can't believe I killed someone with Ray of Sickness.
It does a lot of damage for its
Spectacular.
level. That's about the only thing I was going for it, because it's doing the damage type everything resists.
So with this character, I tried to take stuff that felt appropriate for a necromancer to take, knowing perfectly well that some of them were kind of bad spells. I'm really glad that some of them have turned out great.
Yeah, no, this is
I love the
pretty
part where you killed Farran.
good. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Bork.
before. To be fair, it's only because I didn't understand how my own powers work, because they're from my...
That's how I kill most of my characters.
Mysterious powers.
Anyway, tell us what Farran 2, the sequel to Farran, was going to do.
Alright, in Farran Kicks Back, well, do I have any idea where he is, or is he on the other side of the engine?
No, you can see him pretty clearly. He's on this side. Oh, well, you can see him clearly now because he's backlit by green electricity that's coursing past him.
Farran was a surfing.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm going to want to try and climb up the engine.
Okay.
Or no? Or is it in
kind of
such an...
staticky
Or is it,
again.
okay.
It's also 40 feet in front of you.
Well, how did he get up the engine?
He missed these
teleported
steps, teleport
Oh,
most of the
he
way up.
teleported.
The way we get everywhere in Brendan's games.
Alright.
It's a very good spell.
It is
Super
really
good.
I'm going to use it for the rest of my slots.
In that case, I guess what I'll do is I'll, I guess, move halfway towards him, or like move half a move towards him,
Okay.
because I had to use half that to stand up for being prone,
Yep.
and then I'll try throwing a dart at him, which I think would have long range, so I'm at disadvantage,
Okay.
which means this will miss, but I'm going to try it anyway.
What's the attitude?
It's going to miss because one of those is a 4. It's not my cursed die, though.
Oh.
Okay.
Only when you need it.
Yeah, I think it gets like caught in the spokes and is like.
And the element gets out.
Well, I was about to be like, how bad does he look, though?
He looks pretty bad.
That's
Because
bad.
I feel like I'm going to stress this, and the only reason I want to stress this is I want to say it gets caught in it, like, and like ping pongs off of it, and then fly out from another
Right in the forehead.
I can do you one better, but go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So that's not a lot of damage, though, but you know.
Oh wait, why are you re-rolling?
Oh, he's rolling the damage.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, okay. I thought you were like re-hitting.
No. So that's 7 damage.
Nice.
Okay, so here I think is what happens. I think he's like unsteadily here, and a dart is, even a combat dart is so small that he doesn't see anything until it's like,
Aww.
and he stumbles back and falls, and both the surprise of the dart and his weakened condition, and the fact that the ship is like falling backwards this way means he tumbles back, and then the dart catches on the ring, and he just immediately
Oh, dear.
and disappears in a spray of red.
Oh no!
Good job.
Now I get experience despite being dead. Wait.
Eric's gonna rush the engine control to see if there's
Yes.
like an auto lift, or I can figure out some way from here to ascend. I don't know.
Let's keep going in initiative.
Okay.
Lynn.
So Lynn just basically saw this guy explode.
It's unclear.
As blood rains down.
Like-
that could have been anything.
I mean, he got dragged into the engine.
And then red spray
And
flew
then
out.
cranberry juice came out.
It's an interesting alchemical process.
Sure.
It's crunch time.
He cast blood rain.
It's like, it's more of the one of the really messy deaths in Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
There's a Wilhelm scream, and then
What?
yeah. Oh, God. Oh, we need to have that Wilhelm sound queued up in the future.
with a country called Karnath, I'm sure there's a character named Wilhelm. I can just imagine.
Perfect. Well, Lynn is gonna. Does anyone look like they're very hurt that Lynn can see? That Lynn can see.
Oh, Gunther, he's in bad condition.
Oh yeah, she's gonna run over and try
Can't
and help.
see Gunther's bones.
Yeah. Well, they're not solid anymore either.
No.
He's gotten kind of
No, he's got pureed bones. I mean, Farran's still pretty bad off.
Actually, no.
I heal very well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, I would be at my max, but some of it's actually fake.
sure.
Or it's temporary.
Fake max.
Lynn's gonna.
I would be dead, but I've been cheating.
Lynn's gonna sort of stand ready to help if anyone needs it, and she can't really figure out like how to extract Gunter bones from
What, for
the machine.
crafting?
Yeah. Well, no. She explicitly doesn't want anyone to die,
Okay.
and she doesn't.
Bad
like,
news.
she's kind of like. Well,
Reasonable.
Bad news, we pinned him down and stabbed and shot him and then threw him in an engine.
Lynn did not get a single action all that time. She was going to cast sleep. He was probably going to fall to the
You did
death when
cast
she
sleep.
Well, she's going to do it again.
Reese.
Working.
Skeleton situation?
frozen or shattered. Everything's taken care of.
Ship.
Very tilted.
Ship duration.
Yeah.
Very tilted. Like to the point that I'm having trouble standing now.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Grab onto something.
Okay. There's the stairwell railing.
I guess. I mean, I don't think I could. What's the movement like at this point? Just
Difficult terrain.
difficult terrain?
Yeah.
Well, I'll make my way to the engine room as far as I can and then grab onto a railing or something.
Okay. I think you can make it to the door.
Okay.
Okay. There's no more of those. Arc.
Rushing for that engine. Is there any auto lift or controls? Or
There's no controls here that you can tell that like direct where it goes or anything like that. All that seems to be directed towards the helm.
any arcane check to see if I could like cause something in the system to like I don't know.
Reboot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sure.
Anything I can do from here, I guess.
Give me an Arcana check.
Right.
Don't fuck it up.
That's not
Pretty
fucking it
good.
up.
22.
Okay, so what is it that you want to know how to do?
Not cry.
Is there anything in the engine that's like power controls to like updraft or I don't know some kind of redirect of current or
Not here. I mean, this is all just generating the energy and directing it.
Could we like boost the total output?
I don't know if that's the problem.
Well, no, because this just generates lift, right?
That's correct.
So just more lift would still, like the vectors would still, like fly into the sun.
Depends on what you want to do, I guess.
Okay, failing that,
Yes.
are there like speaker controls or anything? Like any loud like communication controls?
Yeah, there's a communication device to communicate with the bridge.
Arch's just gonna hit that and say, steer the ship up! Anyone get the ship, point it up!
Okay.
That's it.
Maddie.
Let's see, Maddie will shout, "He's down! Everybody all right?" And she will. The ship, kind of in this tilted state. She doesn't. Did she hear Ark get on the loudspeaker?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Everyone heard that.
All right, she will actually try to start making her way up to the bridge where the steering controls are.
Okay.
It's going to probably take a while, but
It's going to take a bit.
She does have climb speed to help at least, so she shouldn't be affected by the ship being weird.
Sure. Okay. Well, I think making a double move, unless you're willing to climb over the engine, you can get around the engine.
Did it seem to bother Gunther any to touch the engine? Because he was climbing around all over the
He didn't go over the ring.
Oh, okay.
And when he went
sucked in at one point.
Yeah, okay.
when he touched the ring,
Yeah.
he did get sucked into it.
Yeah, after the whole red cloud demonstration.
I was wondering if anyone was going to brave it, but
After that whole mess, she will avoid the engine and go ahead and double move towards the door
okay.
and get as far as she can get.
Sure, you get around to the other side where Ark is banging on the controls.
Right.
Ix.
So you can see Ark going to work. There doesn't seem to be much that can be done here. Maddie's on the move. Gunter is dead.
Question marks.
Ix is just gonna affix herself to the place where she's sort of locked onto one of the corner of one of the hallways. She's just gonna get out her climbing rope and tie herself in case we crash.
Sure, give me a perception check.
Okay. 8.
8. You are tremendously surprised and nearly put like a shiv through the face of Petra as he like smashes his way through a vent next to you.
You gotta stop doing that!
And just like, never mind, and passes you a life vest.
I'll take it.
He's clearly got like a whole bundle that he's like dragged behind him in the vent somehow, and he's like,
I'll take some. I'll take
Yanking
some
him.
of them and start trying to distribute them.
sure. Farran.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, want to try and get to the bridge quickly, unless there's some. Well, I wouldn't know if there's some way we can manipulate the machinery in here.
I mean, like you said, it depends on what it is that you want to do.
Yeah.
There's no way to like steer it, but there may be other things.
I mean, I want to just level it out, which is like steering. So this controls the ring that lifts it.
Yes.
And I guess what you'd want to do is you would want to dampen the lift property for half of it and cause the other half to tilt it up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of machinery in here, is there any way to tell, essentially, like where you would basically, you know, like I'm pretty sure I don't know this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically slide down because I'm still up here, and basically when I, you know, get to the part where Ark is at the console, like grab onto something and like look up and be like, is there any way we could, you know, limit the power on the, I guess the
top
back,
side,
like or like the back half to essentially raise our nose from in here?
I mean, Ark will be like, I'm waiting for my turn.
Well, I mean, you did like do a good Arcana on that console, and like there's nothing to steer in here, but is there like some like is there one of these valve, like is there some valve we can tighten or some button we can hit? Looking around. Yeah, I guess he's waiting.
Lynn.
Ark will freeze.
Lynn sees life jackets being handed out, and she's booking it to those as well as she can.
Reese. You're still
she puts
sliding
on 4
up
of
the
them.
bridge. Is that right?
Yeah, I'll do it to the bridge.
Okay.
Attack another skeleton. It's an attack another skeleton.
It's the pitch is starting to get really slanted. At this point, you're almost like walking vertically on the railing of the stairs on your way up.
I will cast Slow Fall on myself.
Okay.
And try and use it in such a way that, like, you know, I wouldn't fall.
Yes.
I don't know if you can control the fall speed at all, but
it slows you to a specific rate, and that's what you
You
get.
should jump and then cast slow fall right before you hit the ground.
well, I'm trying to help.
Well, I think
use
he's
it
falling
to
slower
help
than the
me,
ship
like,
now, so he can.
If I
slide
am
out.
like vertical, so I don't have to just full on pull myself because
Yeah, no, that's reasonable.
So you're
just
trying
to use it to reduce your weight almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just make my way.
Yeah,
up.
that's fine. Take a point of inspiration for that.
That's really cool. Yeah.
That is cool.
Cool.
Good work, Captain.
Ark.
He knows how to save himself.
Yeah.
Does Ark say that they can do anything?
Absolutely. You've got controls here. You could redistribute energy across where the ring is empowered.
Let's do it.
All right.
Well,
give me an Arcana check.
All right. Inspiration.
That one, I think he gets it.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you can have it. Let's do it. Save us. God damn it! I take that back.
You
Can I
stress it, you
that? I'll stress
motherfucker.
Stress it.
I'll stress that. I mean, without the stress, it's a 12.
With a
That
stress
doesn't
it.
look terribly promising.
I'm stressing that then.
Okay.
I'll take my 2. I guess an explanation for that is maybe I looked over how to operate the engine before.
There's like controls.
Yeah.
The instruction manual.
Well, no, I think that given the circumstances and the instructions you've been given, that's stress plenty.
Plenty stressful.
Yeah. So I think the indication is that you have successfully like redirected most of the power from the top to the bottom in the hopes of like pushing your nose back up, which you can definitely tell has started to shift that way, but it hasn't slowed your downward descent. So you can feel it starting to level, but you definitely feel the ground is still approaching. Maddie.
Not good enough. Real quick though, Ark's
Yes.
gonna hit Cub and be like, "Go assist Maddie. Help her get to the bridge." As soon as I saw Maddie.
Okay.
Yep. With climb speed, how quickly can she get to the bridge? Just using climbing as much as possible. I mean, getting through the stairwell, just going straight up if she has to, or straight angled with the ship the way it is.
Angled the way that it is, I think it would actually be faster. So I think a double move would put you basically at the hatch that opens up at the first floor.
She does it shouting down to she shouts Reese. How do I fly this thing?
Jonathan,
She's
Jonathan Carpenter.
Yeah, to Reese. She's moving. She shouts, "How do I fly this thing?"
Fair enough.
All right.
X.
Ix she just tosses Lynn a life vest, and then she's gonna make her way. Like I guess she'll start practically falling down, like fall walking down towards Ark as the whole thing starts to level. She's gonna like, and she'll just catch himself on Ark's back. Just be like,
Ark will be like,
yeah,
"Oh."
good work, baby. I'll keep it up. While she's gonna fix a life vest to him.
Like another like stone plate falls off Ark when you do that.
Sorry, babe. She calls. She'll strap you into a life vest.
Yeah.
Love it. Farran.
I think I'm going to grab a life vest.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea right now.
Yeah.
It'll be the one off Ark's back.
Yeah. Oh, nice. These are robot. They're not real.
Lynn.
For like OSHA's sake, are there first aid kits like posted around the thing, around the ship?
Yes.
Like especially in the engine room where industrial accidents
Sure.
might happen. She's gonna steal the first aid kit.
To sell when you get back to the shore.
Right.
That
Well,
makes
no,
sense.
mostly because she's going to need it. She's burned almost all the charges
Yeah,
of
that's
hers,
fair.
so she's going to grab a new one.
Okay.
And then she's going to
I
work.
think we can just say that it refills
It
your
refills
current
mine.
one back to its full charges.
And then she's going to start working her way into a place where she can get off this ship if it's safer to life vest off. And she's like, "Good luck, everybody else."
Teamwork.
Reese.
I can't.
I assume Reese has some knowledge of how to pilot this thing, right?
It's legit.
Yes.
I mean, he was assigned to. Okay, all right.
Well, that's the funny thing. He was assigned to this.
Yes. Fair enough.
Does he know a whole
That's
lot
already
about how to
funny.
pilot it?
I mean, he's been on the ship.
He's been on ships.
Like,
He had seen
I've
the
been
ship
on
before.
ships.
okay, alright, well, he'll assume that he knows how to do it based on his observation, which is that somebody was
Like
doing
most
this
men would do.
Or like this.
Yes.
And like, there's a steering wheel that you can modulate with your own physical form. That,
Oh no!
We're going to die.
Remind you who you're addressing.
that's,
Oh,
Okay.
Lord.
Are you continuing to climb?
yes.
I
Okay.
try out another life vest. Just-
I think you can match where Maddie is, but go no
Okay.
further
Okay.
by means of that.
Yeah.
Arc.
Now that we're pointing in the right direction, can I try and increase the engine thrust?
You can. It's going to be tricky, but you can give it a try.
Now that the inspiration's gone.
well, you still have stress.
I do. I will likely.
Was it 10?
I like the 20. Yes, it's 10. So 14.
14.
Yeah.
There's actually a back charge of energy that crackles through.
Can I stress that?
So, well,
Oh, it's succeeding, I think.
I don't think that.
Oh, is that does succeed with the 14? Yeah.
no, I'm grimacing.
Oh.
No.
I would like. I wanted to stress that if it was gonna fail.
Well,
You kind of waited until you heard what was happening.
All right, fine. We'll just let
yeah. Okay, so that's not going to be a success.
All right.
Then stress
I already heard what was gonna happen.
Well, I mean, he's letting you, so
All
stress
right,
it.
all right, all right. I'll stress it then.
Okay. You begin to redirect more and more energy towards it, and as a consequence, you can basically sense that there are other portions of the ship that are basically shutting down as this energy is sort of flaring up, and you can feel that there's definitely like a tremendous upwards force that is like counteracting, but not canceling out the rapid descent. You can definitely tell that it's slowing, but you're not sure if it's slowing enough.
Yeah. All right.
There's a lot more like emergency lights and sirens going off at this point, and inexplicably lots of fire extinguisher sprinklers.
Oh, they finally work.
Yeah, Maddie,
Okay.
you can see the bridge.
All right. She will charge to. She heard something about a wheel.
Yes.
That was really about as far as that got.
Yep.
She will charge towards the wheel.
Sure.
Is there anyone left in the bridge at all?
Yeah, there's a few people, but they seem to have been knocked unconscious just from the G-forces of what's going on here.
All right. Can she reach the wheel?
Yeah, absolutely. You can see, so basically what you can see in front of you is the fire ring is like out. The storm ring is on, but the top half seems to be off. The ship seems to have mostly leveled out, but it's approaching the ocean at a speed much greater than what you're honestly comfortable with.
I guess she will make an Arcana check to see if she can make some sense of the instructions.
I love it.
I'm so glad that Herbie's finally making an Arcana check.
I believe in you.
No one has inspiration, huh?
No.
I used it to shoot a boy.
The best.
Worth it.
That is a 4.
You know, that's not going to succeed, Herbie, my man.
She will stress it, hitting 10 stress.
Okay. Okay, so here's what I want. I want you to describe for me like what it is that she's doing in order to like come to grips literally with this steering wheel and like bring the ship under her command.
Well, she's seen people use steering wheels. I mean, she was on the bridge.
This is a thing that she's seen.
Ever since I was a boy.
She was on the bridge at
I'm a
various.
girl.
She was on the bridge at various points and saw people operating the steering wheel.
It's true. We get sort of a grainy flashback montage of like, oh yeah, that's right. I remember the bosun having his hand on the steering wheel. Ah, right.
You know, and she's not the a great scholar, but she figures that turning the wheel left and right isn't what makes the ship go up or down. It just doesn't seem to make sense.
Right.
So she narrows it down to pushing it or pulling it. But the instructions she got, don't help, and she kind of eventually comes to the conclusion that doing anything is at least no worse than doing nothing.
That's fair.
Herbie actually doesn't know which way you would do it to do it right, because he's never flown an airplane.
Pull back.
License.
So the wings.
People play.
No. Everyone stop. Everyone stop. Put your hands out as if you were Maddie.
Yep. She has her hands on the wheel.
Do what you feel like would be the most physically appropriate thing to do if you were stuck in that situation of like, you're going to crash and everyone's going to die. What is it that you're going to do?
Sure.
So I think you pull back, and just as you pull the wheel to its utmost, everything goes white.
We died.
And for a moment you think, yeah, I was wrong. I died. Damn it. But you realize that this can't quite be heaven because everything's not quite the way that heaven ought to be. No, this is still EBERRON. You're still in Corvair. And now that you think about it, you've seen this kind of place before. This is a battleground of some kind. You're not sure where, but it's a scene from maybe the last war, maybe even some sort of battle before that. But it's a bad one. There's scars of magical energy all over the place. There's magical minions of all kinds that have been slain. And of course there's humans, demi-humans, bodies just everywhere. And towering over it is some sort of a shadowy mass, something with great horns and far too many spikes coming out of an arm to be anything relatively mortal. And you can feel this thing sort of hurtling towards you. It's not moving, but at the same time you can feel that there's some sort of a tremendous urgency where your form is colliding with it in an impossible sense. But as you streak towards it, you can feel across your body there's something here, there's something with you. It's a snake. There's something that's slithering back and forth, wrapping itself around you. It almost seems to be like encasing you in armor. And it's no ordinary snake either. You can feel the delicate touch of feathers here and there as it slides past. And somehow wrapped up in this thing, you can feel the darkness of this demonic creature in front of you trying to engulf you. And where once there was just all white, it's just all dark. And then there's a... as the golden dragon collides with the sea, having evened out and cutting a path through, taking on maybe a bit more water than I think the Dragon Mark houses were expecting it to, but coming to a rest, intact. Whew.
Maddie's hanging onto the wheel, but not really conscious of it at this point.
I assume everyone like rushes up to the top deck.
Lynn jumps off the boat.
With just the med kit in tow.
You make it to the top deck and find, there's a couple of people unconscious. Maddie, notably, is unconscious, but still, like, clinging like a dead skeleton, just as if rigor mortis had set in. You're actually not sure if she's alive or dead when you first get there, but she's, regardless of whether or not that's true, she's clinging to this wheel, just completely still.
Lynn runs over to check on her.
She's unconscious, but stable.
It drags herself in like a beat late. Oh, shit, Maddie. she'll sort of stumble over.
But aside from that, it's beautiful outside. Actually, it's pretty nice.
Is there a sign of land?
There's not.
Oh no.
Ix will go to work helping her kind of check on the crew and stuff.
Yeah.
Who's unconscious up
Sure.
there.
Reese will search for the first mate in particular and try and
Yep.
rouse her.
She
I'm sorry, what?
Rouse.
Rousdower her.
Ah.
What?
Rouse hour.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah, you can find her. She and the bosun are right there. Apparently, they were knocked unconscious as the thing started to crash. But they, and actually, a fair number of people, at least the people that hadn't been murdered by Gunter, seem to be okay. A lot of people are pretty rattled, and most people aren't too happy about the fact that you've had to make an emergency landing. But everyone seems okay.
What? Are there sufficient lifeboats for everyone and stuff?
No.
No.
No. Once you make an inspection, you discover that there are
It's skimmed.
an
There was a
atrociously
rush.
small number.
They hadn't
of
delivered them
lifeboats.
all yet. It's a rush job.
Yeah,
Is the ship sinking? Do we know that yet?
it is not sinking.
Is there some sort of communication we can make back to base or forward to storm breach?
You imagine that the mage might be able to cast message or sending or something like that.
All right.
But
well,
he is good and unconscious.
All right. Punch him awake.
Did you?
Well, I run over with my medkit and just shove gauze in his face.
I'm not sure
Wake
you're.
up!
I don't know if you're a real doctor. is
Now
the
that we've
thing.
landed, I removed the gauze from my mouth.
It's working. Is the thing.
It patted your
You just have to
jaw.
have-
Yeah. Pat
Yeah.
during.
What's
Yeah,
our
I would.
He didn't bite his tongue.
Yeah, I could have bit my tongue during the landing.
Once Ark sees
Right
everyone's
on.
okay, Ark's gonna pick up all the plates, just gonna hold them.
Glue them back.
And
Oh yeah, you're not looking too good either. I can't medkit
just
you
kind of
again.
shuffle back up. Be like, well, I guess we're alive. Is Maddie good?
Well, she doesn't
Like,
look good.
is she at 0 and unconscious, or is she?
She's unconscious but stable.
Okay, like above 0.
Help me.
0 means she
Health.
needs medical intervention to wake up, and conscious means she's down until either the DM says she can wake up or she's roused.
She
by
can wake
something.
up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Be,
Like there's mechanical things.
no,
where
I know.
there's
I didn't
overlap.
realize I was.
It's
I was-
overloaded
I
words.
No, I was stumbling over my words. I was trying to say canceling myself out.
Oh.
That's not what I meant. That's
Okay.
not a series of words. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Well, you should be.
What's it kind of looks like? I mean, like, most people are unconscious, not injured, it seems like, and she's taking care of Maddie.
Yeah, most people are just scared, but
Ix will she'll just walk out, she'll just kind of walk to the front of the deck and light a cigarette and just, like, look out at the ocean.
it's pretty nice.
She'll just rest her hands on the bow of the ship and just
I think a gull lands and like looks at your cigarette.
It asks for one.
Ix offers it the cigarette.
Oh, does it have shades on it?
Mine.
It's a gold with shades, right?
She'll light another one.
The seagull dies.
Realize she's out and just, like, crumble up the rest of the package and throw it out into the ocean.
Ark will like go to Reese and be like, "Well, Captain, I guess probably get on the intercom, and say something."
Well, does everybody just like come up to the top essentially?
I think most people are eager to like get to the top deck
Yeah.
once they realize that
Since
they
there's water.
once they like look out the window and there's water. I
Yeah.
think they're like,
He'll radio over the intercom. If you are conscious.
Oh, well, okay, Lynn's going to sort of interject and be like, Captain, please make sure that if anyone finds anyone wounded, they're all brought up to the top of the ship. We can set up a triage and I can start treating people as needed.
yeah, absolutely.
And then I'm going to try and wake up Maddie as well, because my friend's dead.
She wakes up with a start.
Pretty much as soon as she wakes up, she screams, jumps back, and draws her sword. But
Lynn screams, jumps back, and falls on her ass.
she doesn't actually. She kind of stays in a ready stance for a moment, and strange white energy is covering her rapier. But she kind of shakes her head after a moment and seems to realize there's nothing actually in front of her.
I'm a doctor, and that's not normal.
Ix will, like, look back into the cabin and then just, like, go back to smoking her cigarette.
So Maddie's just standing there for a moment, just holding a sword gleaming with light.
Okay, Maddie, hon, you're okay. I'm going to need you to calm down a second.
doesn't seem to have heard you, but she's not doing anything else.
Okay.
Trent walks up, or at least maybe it's Trent. Is like, hey, that's awesome. Anyway, I just wanted you to know. Bye.
Disadvantage because he's quiet. She kind of glances that way, and as soon as she stops staring into space, the sword goes back to normal.
Oh, well. It was fun while it lasted.
What happened?
You had a little bit of an episode, dear.
Well, the ships.
We're on water, which I guess is what ships are okay doing, if not the sky. Looks like you managed to save us last second, but you were really out of it.
Where's the monster?
Which one? You killed Gunther. The elementals are. Ark's downstairs trying to glue himself back together, and then everyone. The elementals are contained. Everything's fine.
Never. Shakes her head and just seems to fall quiet.
Okay. Well, hon, how about you sheathe that sword of yours? Water is a little bit uneven. We don't want you poking something.
Kind of almost mechanically, she's yeah.
Oh, she's a warforged now.
Ark's plan to replace us all with Warforged.
That's the strangest stress reaction, is turning into a warforged.
Yeah, maybe I would just...
Nature is amazing.
Yeah.
Truly beautiful.
Okay, well, hon, how about I'm gonna get over and sort of like stand up again,
Oh, yeah,
dust
stand
myself
up,
off, and try and like guide Maddie over. Mike, how about you just sit
Off the
down?
boat.
How about you just sit down here in the water sit down here on this bench for a second, huh?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay, just sort of catch your breath.
For everybody to head to
Kind of
the
sits down and slumps a
surface.
little.
Sure.
Ark's gonna also missionaries. We need to find the ship's artificer.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he heads up here. Otherwise, we can send somebody to go down and look for him. If you want to do that. Or...
I can get on that, I guess.
Unless there's somebody else on this ship that wants to kill everybody.
I assume Farran will help sweep through the decks looking for anyone who's injured or unconscious.
Sure.
Try and guide them up to the top if the people are not able to get up themselves.
Yeah, I think you make a sweep. Notably, you stop in at the artificer's lab, but you don't find him.
I assume Lynn's medical examination would reveal several levels of exhaustion, right?
Yes.
Yes.
How many?
3.
3.
Oh boy, you're looking. How many levels of exhaustion kill you?
6.
6 would kill you.
What does 3 do?
3 is you have disadvantage on attack rolls, and ability checks, and you move at half speed.
God, please have somebody attack us while Herbie is Please, God.
Somebody who has exhaustion that isn't me.
Then the Kraken
This is the
shows
first.
up.
I
Happy
think.
birthday, Rachel.
Yay!
Yay!
I got you this book. Bill, give her the book.
If you didn't already, Reese would like to make sure that the mage is on the horn to try and get help or...
He hasn't shown up and actually no one's
Oh.
found him yet.
Oh wait, you're talking about the artificer.
Yes. that's
Oh,
right,
okay.
yeah.
I thought this was a different thing.
Actually, Mazia, the first mate, reports back and is like, Captain, we're okay for right now, but we're taking on water.
Okay.
We either need to get out of the water or get off the ship
Okay. Well,
within a couple of days.
maybe we can get the security to try and
Sweep the
you know,
ship.
Well, do something to prevent as much water coming on as we can. And I don't know if there's any holes or anything that water's coming in, or if it's just
It's
pouring
bit-
over the side.
Yes.
See if we can patch things, maybe.
If we have enough people who can use mending, perhaps, but unless all of you can, I'm not hopeful.
Can we
You could
get
use a
everyone on the
hammer
ship
and-
bailing water as well?
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's a slow flood, like we could potentially just to save time.
Buck it up.
Potentially, yes.
Okay.
Things
Well,
better
we need to
than
find that
nothing.
artificer.
Do you want to direct the security team to just sweep the ship for the artificer?
Yeah, I mean like half and half. Just
Sure.
trying to.
Ark will probably get started on trying to play goals.
Wait up. And he kind of seems to, with some effort, drag herself up and tries to follow you, but...
Whoa! You're sitting down and resting for a bit, dear.
I'm surprised to see
I'm
this,
gonna-
but you look worse than I do.
I'm guiding Maddie back to a seat.
I'll end up resting on the damn ocean floor. Let go of me, but Somewhat
Do you have the
surprisingly-
energy to even pull my hand away?
No, somewhat surprisingly, she starts to make that motion and you're totally able to prevent it, which should not be the case.
I cast sleep on Maddie.
Oh,
No.
this character with 3 levels of exhaustion all the time.
Yeah.
Finally, control.
It would only be fair.
After a couple of hours, someone finally opens a cabinet in the artificer lab and finds the artificer crammed inside, apparently the victim of a finger of death.
Oh,
Damn.
God. Well, that's one of the high spell slots used. Glad it was on him, not us.
Resurrect. Oh.
Throughout all of this, the Baron and his coterie of knuckleheads just sort of hang out on the top deck. They don't really contribute to a whole lot of this.
Oh,
Yeah, they're okay with it.
Billy,
Same time.
mission accomplished.
Well, I'm going to suggest to the Baron, by the way, if this
Hello.
ship goes down, you're kind of on it. Do you have any way of sending a message for rescue?
Of course it is.
I mean, benefits us all. And it makes this ship look really bad if everyone has to be
he's already
saved.
got what he wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
In spades.
You gave a pretend name, I believe. What is his actual name?
I'm trying, like, Lynn immediately goes to another alias, Carolyn.
Carolyn, sure. I am Aznago, as you know. I am Lazar Prince. I have these working for me when I'm in Sharn, but many others back in principalities. Perhaps you're interested in lying to people professionally in my employ.
Lynn loves getting these job offers. That is a very intriguing offer, sir. Right now, I could say that I'm pretty happy with my situation, but I'd absolutely love to keep in touch.
We'll connect on a professional network.
On what spell in? What's the LinkedIn of this world?
I don't know.
Messaged in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unsubscribe for the love of God.
God, they leaked my personal information again.
Of all the things that Lynn wouldn't want people to share.
Well, none of it's real. It's like, but she keeps going through burner IDs on it, and it's really annoying having to make up new ones.
Everyone sort of takes whatever comfort they can, whatever they can find, and everyone's sort of trying to figure out what it is that's going to happen.
Ix doesn't really like. When she walked out to the front of the ship, she really like. She'll finish her cigarette and then lean back against it. She like hasn't moved or spoken to anyone since.
Upon learning that the ship artificer is dead, Ark's probably going to start looking through like
Trying to figure out how to save the ship.
logs, or if he has a failsafe, or things to patch, or logs.
Oh, I heard logs.
Yeah, like literally, I'm looking through his wood pile. I'm like, what's in this wood?
We
It's
should
wood.
build something.
Cut down in the prime of its life.
It's log. It's big. It's better.
Unfortunately, Mendrin has triple encoded a lot of his stuff because he doesn't like people getting in his stuff.
Well, no one's getting his stuff ever again.
It's true.
Well, the
What
water
were you
is.
saying, Farran?
Yeah.
I was going to get with Reese and Lynn and ask if we could talk to the people who are better at talking to people. Would mind approaching the Karnathi delegation to find out who was that guy who just killed everyone.
Lynn would be happy to talk to the Karnathi delegation.
And I will apologize profusely for destroying all the evidence we could have gathered from his body.
The ambassador is absolutely
Oh, is it?
flummoxed.
Yeah.
He's like,
Highly irregular.
listen, my bad. I have no idea what happened. He's been a clerk. He was transferred into my employ. You can use whatever truth-telling detection you need. I have no idea. I absolutely am completely in the dark on this.
How do I tell if he's lying? That's insight, right?
Insight.
22?
Yes.
He's absolutely lying?
Yeah, no, he's not.
Oh.
No.
He's telling the truth.
He's a truth teller.
Okay, he's absolutely... He's been
Yeah.
telling the truth this whole time, and that...
Pretty much.
Yeah, like, he was literally the one person on the ship telling the truth. And that's why the Karnathi delegation actually being responsible was such that, nah.
I'm sorry. I should have. He was so inconsequential. I didn't think to interrogate the situation any further.
Yeah, I think we did the same. As an ambassador, do you happen to have any messaging ways of contacting somebody at the coast?
No, he would have been in charge of all of that.
Would he have had an object that would allow him to?
It's not particularly regulatory. If he would have had it on his person. Where is he?
No! Here and there and there.
Gross.
Yeah.
One with the universe.
I hate.
Can you like resin and get him to message somebody?
If we, well,
That's good.
I was thinking, I was thinking about going searching the engine room to see if we can find anything.
Ark's already on that.
Yeah.
There's not much of a scrap of him. But the ambassador is like, you know, as grim as this is, it may be better for Corvair if none of us make it back. I mean, he completely sabotaged and murdered the Thrain delegation. If word gets back about that, then Thrain will invade Karnath and war will be at hand.
sometimes the stories we tell matter more in how we tell them. I don't think we necessarily need to give all of these details. I think making it back should still be a priority, and I think that from a larger view of things, that war is so much more destructive than any truth would be worth.
Sure. Don't get me wrong. I
You'd like to
understand.
live.
I'd love to live. Where are the Thrains?
Critically injured in the crash.
Critically injured in the crash.
They were down below.
Boy, that's gonna suck for Reese's family.
What if they were
Fuck 'em.
Oh no, what if they were on deck when the ship tilted?
They didn't have their life back.
Their corpses are blood.
This is
unrecoverable
all
loss of
moot.
state, yeah.
We a problem to solve if and when we ever see life again.
Didn't two of them stab each other?
If
Well-
I may.
Can we try and find a number of people on the ship who might be able to construct lifeboats? Like, how much time do we have before we sink?
If I may. Evening turns into night, and most people don't get a whole lot of rest. And so, it's a fair number of people that are awake to greet the sight of a fleet of pirate ships that pull up just as dawn breaks,
Oh boy.
with the flag bearing the emblem of the Baron waving as their top color.
Thank you, Baron. I knew he had a message that he'd be able to send out.
Oh no, they follow.
Oh.
It was planned.
That's very
I
nice. No, this literally was the Baron's plan. It just happened by a different person pulling it off.
Yeah.
It's true. It's happy accidents, like the painter. I have a proposal given your current circumstance. You come with us, I take you back to Corvair. You let me leave. There's no bad blood. We simply put this in the past.
I'm okay with this.
Where's, what's his name? The little kid guy.
Petra?
Yeah, is he anywhere nearby at the moment?
I think he's around, but he's actually doing a pretty good job of blending in with the rest of the passengers.
Well, this gets everyone off the ship, right?
Oh, of course. There's plenty of room for all. I am not murderer. I simply do not want Golden Dragon flying.
Certainly, and you've gotten that.
Indeed.
And we all go free.
Sure, of course.
We go our separate ways.
There is a certain degree of payoff from Noble House, but that is for this one and Big Brother.
Plenty for you to strip from the ship, that's for sure, if you wanted all the riches here.
I still want the medkits.
He pries off some of the filigree and
Oh, I meant like the gold in the casino.
Yeah, the money he lost.
They don't carry the real cash here. They would just have a chip exchange at either port.
yes.
Otherwise, every ship that leaves would get robbed, or they wouldn't be able to do much gambling.
Yeah. I mean, there would be a small amount of cash on board where people bought the chips, but it's not the.
Believe you,
It's usually
the
private.
Baron will get his take. But all the same, I have no reason to see the rest of you drown. Too many people have died on this trip.
Great.
Even for me. And I am the Baron.
Well,
I'm okay with this.
like I said, you got what you wanted. We'll accept your help, and hope that we never are adversaries again.
Please come aboard.
Boing.
And sure enough, you sail in suspect company, not quite as comfortable as you'd flown out, but in one piece. And a few days later, you arrive at the docks.
Wouldn't seasick.
Very. very. But a few days later, you wash up, badly in need of a shower, but alive in Sharn. You all gain a level. Good game.
Woo!
Great. Good work, everyone.
Nice.
Yes.
It's like a defeated
So
level.
part of
Yes.
Maddie's thing is that she was supposed to be one level higher for a little while, but she was supposed to skip the next level. But they both happened at the same time.
We'll work it out.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, can we actually take levels, or do we? How does that work?
There was some stuff with the subclasses that you had
Yeah.
mentioned that you're gonna have to qualify.
We'll work it out
Oh.
next session. Just message me in between sessions.
Okay.
Jeff, you're out next week, right?
I am.
Are you going to be growing your beard thicker?
Yeah, that's a really good
That's a
question.
really good question.
No.
Because 2 weeks you'll be like,
But I feel like it's just going to be like, I've never tried. I think it's just going to be
Fuck yeah.
I'm really curious, actually.
Yeah, I want to see it too.
that's exciting.
Let's all
see it.
My mother will
You don't
love
like
that.
beards?
Ah! I don't
I
know.
mean, I'm
I'm,
not asking right now because.
well, no. I'm so used to Jeff
No, you
being
have a
clean
very
shaven.
nice beard, is the
Yeah.
thing.
Like I'm. It's just my mental image of Jeff. The saved view
Yeah.
in my
Oh,
brain
yeah.
is clean
The
shaven,
snapshot.
and so this is like distressing.
Sure.
So it's just,
If you think this is weird, you should see him with shoes on sometime.
I've never seen it, and I don't want
goofy.
to. It's weird.
it makes me sick inside.
Yeah.
As far as next session, I'll talk to you some afterwards. But if you want to just leave Ix out, like there's
That's my plan.
the
is-
perfect.
yeah.
I mean, like there's perfectly good reason for that. Like that I will talk about offline.
Groovy. We'll follow up with more. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Sorry about the camera difficulties. Hopefully things are. Hopefully things follow a reasonably consistent through line of like plot. But yeah, thank you so much, and we'll see you again next week. Have a good night. Oh, if you're interested in more adventure type stuff, and you're interested in podcast type adventures. I'm a player on Serendipity City, which is a new podcast with a bunch of magical kind of criminal types in sort of a seedy underbelly of a diesel punk city. I play Iroh, who is a farmer turned hunter whose family disappeared. He's a bit of a dad. He likes to read, he likes to grow plants, and he likes to shoot things. But only in the pursuit of justice. You can listen to that at Serendipity City on any podcast filler that you're looking for. I'm on the very latest episode. I'm having a lot of fun doing it, and I hope that you will give it a shot.
Nice.
I think that's it. I've driven off Jeff. He's already gone. Rip. That'll teach me to self-promote. All right. For real, have a good night.
Good night,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye, guys.